4. Ew. Wagwan popcorn. What's going on? What's going on with all you guys? This is CallMeNakomi, and we are back. I'm sorry for the long wait, guys, but we had to just get some things together, make sure everybody was ready and right. But this is CallMeNakomi World. I'm so glad to have you all in the crib. All come out to the dancehall. It's a dancehall thing. We're glad for having all the over here, so man. Come on with the people them. Bring out the family them. What's going on? Jesse, Jewel Jams, Rita. What's going on? What's going on with all of you, man?
I need my flag. I love
it.
I'm so happy to have y'all here, man.
I love that intro, Felicia. That's that energy. What's on popcorn?
Exactly, man. Have to have the energy. Like the background right here, man, is that dancehall energy, man. It permeates through the whole entire area, bro. That's what the kind of energy, man. Listen. We are here today at a live stream to talk about one of the legendary movies. Now, when I think about legendary Black culture movies, I have to put up there Coming to America.
Belly.
Oh, Belly. Shatters. We are gonna come back with Shatters. I had to look for my movies, man. I was like, I thought I had Dancehall Queen on DVD, son. I found the Pasa 33.
Pasa.
I would be in the basement
running hot with
my copy of Third World Cop, son.
Ain't got no business watching that. Watching the Pasas. Could wait for my dad to bring home a bootleg so that we could watch it. Oh man. That was a good time. I had no business at that age.
Good time. No business.
At a tender age of like 10.
They was doing WWE moves, man. That's all I know, son. They was going off the top rope.
Awesome. We was in Brooklyn. How else was I supposed to be up on
that was the Jamaican version of what was that stuff? Wet and Wild. What was that?
Wild and Out.
Those videos back in the days with
Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild. Yes.
Yeah.
That was the Jamaican version of that.
We didn't have to wait for spring break.
And it was definitely black market, boy. If you have a Pasa DVD, the straight black market. Never in your life.
Never.
Hey, you only get it at the barbershop. You only get it at
it came in
at
the
hair salon. You only get it at the hair store. That's when you was getting those. Or if you was meeting somebody on at the
they want a blank CD, son.
That's crazy. I need to see
that. Somebody was burning CDs nonstop. Plain and simple, bro. What's up, Dora? Yo, so I was looking for I couldn't believe that I didn't have a copy of Dancehall Queen, but I found it on YouTube and watched it. And when I say that I was trying to do my script for this, y'all, and between typing and laughing, it took me a minute to get through the whole thing, bro.
I watched it back to back in one night. That's how much I was like, damn, I missed this.
This whole week, I must have watched it about 10 times.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed it that much. It's just full of drama.
That's how I felt.
Son,
that's exactly how I felt.
The storyline was better than people gave the credit to, yo.
Dude, the storyline was perfect. I was just like, when the whole entire thing came together at the end, I was just like, yo. Like she said, she was like, chopped her. I said, yeah, son. I was just like, yeah, bro. She sold that out really sweet, man. I loved it, man. Every single second.
That was her saying like checkmate.
Yes, man. Yes. I was just like, that was awesome. Hey, chop both. Hey, so many different lines came out of that, man. Hey, Jesse's having some trouble, but he's gonna come back in when he's ready. It's okay when he gets back in.
To Jesse's point, I didn't realize how much I missed it. I remember my first experience of watching that movie was, of course, it wasn't in theaters, of course. You're watching a bootleg, but it would be me and my cousin, and we watched it over and over and over. Like, it was just like the summer movie, and we just watched it. And you're doing the dances. You wish you was there. You're laughing, but watching it now as an adult, I'm like, whoa, that was some real stuff in this movie.
There was some real stuff in there, man. But
that was some real dialogue.
It was definitely a movie that you can easily fall over your boy house, and that movie is rolling right now. You know.
Oh, it's just in the background. Like we
Everybody
all
was
just about to watch
watching that
Dancehall Queen real quick.
I was
Everybody
watching. I'm scrolling through TikTok, and I'm not TikTok. I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I see people talking about people was just like, tell me why Dancehall Queen is a Christmas movie. And I was like, is it a Christmas movie? I was like, I guess so. He was just like, let's see how you deal with those Santa Claus. I was just like, maybe it is a Christmas movie. I mean, maybe it happened during December. If it's Jamaica, you wouldn't know no difference, son. And it was just like, tell me why me and my mother watch this like once a month. We watch Dancehall Queen. I was like, I believe it. Dancehall Queen is
probably
classic,
just a Christmas movie for West Indian people because it's
why
American
not?
people really watching that during Christmas time.
Hey, we had Die Hard. We had Die Hard Christmas Day. We had plenty of real Christmas movies, and that might have been theirs.
Yeah, that might have been theirs. I'm not even going to be mad at it. Absolutely, at all, yo. So, can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you guys again.
Oh man, I mean, all of our mics are on. Okay, cool. You good?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Technical difficulties. I apologize about that.
No worries. It happens. Absolutely, yo. Real quick, before we go any deeper, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with the youth them, man. Share with the youth and your brethren them. Go on and send it out to them real quick and let them come on, congregate and talk with we, man. I mean, come on, youth.
If you ain't hating, why you waiting?
Why? You could have do it 5 times, then you. Why? What happened to you?
Them.
Hey, so all right, we already been talking.
Yo.
Hey, just go ahead.
It's like my accent came back.
Hey, came back. It ain't left since I started watching this, yo. It got deeper, son. It got deeper and thicker. So right now, I'm just like, yo. So, what you call it? Me and Julian and Nita. Go ahead, Julian.
One thing, just to give a quick backstory, right, on where we coming from. We're all New York Jamaicans. So when that joint came out in '97, I think I was in South Carolina.
Yep.
And I was just gone with Beanie Man. So to
know that Beanie
Man was in a movie. Oh man.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
How
did you see it, Julian? How did you see it back down in South Carolina? Did you get a bootleg in South Carolina?
Bootleg mans, yo, the bootleg
in South Carolina, bro.
I was in Poconos.
Yo,
in Poconos. I watched it.
I got mine from Brooklyn though.
It was released in 1997. But we definitely got it somewhere along the way around that time. If it wasn't 97, we got it in 98, and we all got to watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. So Jesse, real quick, so me, Nita, and Julian, we talked about how what the movie meant to us, or how it impacted us when it came out. Do you have anything to add basically about how you felt about the movie and what does it mean to you?
It just was at that time. It was just that the movie came out and we're just so proud of it. It was a Jamaican movie and it was just representing Jamaican culture, and it was becoming more mainstream, especially with reggae music at the time. Reggae music was mainstream, and then there's a movie that came out that pushed out the reggae culture. It was just being more well known, just being more and more proud to be a Jamaican,
Yes. Absolutely. I'll toast to that one. Absolutely. Yes. So is it in y'all opinions, is it the best / most popular Caribbean cinema movie in history?
I think it was that or Shatta's. For me, I didn't resonate with Shatta's as much because I wasn't like the gangster. I was a young kid, so I didn't resonate with the gangster life. But of course, it was like that was like the Boss King. It was like the what's the guy with the Tony? What's it?
Scarface.
Scarface for that time. But for me, a girl who loves to dance, loves the music. It was my movie for me for sure.
Right. Same thing.
Definitely for me, it was like the best, one of the best movies I've seen for representing Jamaican culture. For me,
same here. Absolutely.
There's a lot of movies that came out, but for me, like what you had Harder They Come, like you shared the today, Rockers, Shatas, Third World Cop. Out of all of those big movies that came out of Jamaica, it's like the most well known. I would say will be Dancehall Queen.
Dancehall Queen.
There's so much things that came there that even I was showing my kids was watching it, showing her a clip, and she couldn't remember it. But then when the one scene came on that everybody knows, that one scene with the one phrase that everybody knows. I don't want to be the one to say, but as soon as it came on, she's like, yes. She phrased that word for word.
There were big quotes in there.
In that, I saw. We're gonna go through that part. But this one video, and I think I followed it to y'all, and they basically superimposed that guy's lips on a cat saying it, and I was just like, "That's classic, son. That was classic. It says everything you ever needed to say."
Ridiculous cops.
For me, Dancehall Queen was probably the equivalent of Crush Groove to hip hop.
Yes. It brought basically Crush Groove to hip hop. It basically brought what was considered a niche genre to the mainstream, basically, to make everybody basically like exposed to it, and brought it and not just brought it to the mainstream, but visualized it in the culture and presented it so well that basically everybody can be there.
Real quick, Felicia, she was just asking, what's Crush Groove? Crush Groove was a movie back in the days when hip hop was like kind of, I would say like hip hop was like
the b-boy.
Yeah, the like b-boy styles and like
not really hip hop. I'm my bad, not really hip hop. Rap music back then, coming up in the 80s, it was just up and coming. It wasn't even a genre. Like dancehall wasn't even a genre. This was music that we were listening to back in kids in clubs. Not even clubs.
Wow, I never heard of this movie.
Like that, until they started coming mainstream, until they became genres. So back in the 80s, they came up with a whole bunch of rap movies. Cause I would say hip hop is more like
rap.
belly.
That's a good. But actually, hip hop too. But
I would say hip hop is like a different genre. Cause like hip hop, I would say more like
that's a whole other conversation of what's hip hop and what's rap. That's a whole other conversation.
Check it. So the reason why I say that is this. Crush Groove came after those earlier movies that was showcasing
Beat Street, Breaking, all those movies.
So by Crush Groove time, hip hop is kind of rolling. Dancehall Queen is not at the beginning of dancehall, but it's while dancehall is now rolling.
Hitting its peak.
It's rolling
hot. Yeah, it was in its full maturity of what it was. Yeah. Exactly. It was global.
We're gonna get into it.
Go ahead.
I said we're gonna get into it, but I'm just thinking of how much to what y'all taking a step back of what that movie probably meant. Again, I was don't want to share my age, but a generous less than 10 years old when that movie came out. But again, probably shouldn't have been watching Pasa, but I definitely was. But either way, I'm looking now. It showed the whole culture of from being at the bar, the dive bar, and the dances that are birthed out of there. Then going to the actual dance hall, and then you have I don't know what Crush Groove was to hip hop at that time.
I'm gonna tell you right now
how the parallel that makes a lot of sense, and that's huge.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Somewhere within the age of 11. Somewhere within the age, between the age of 11 and 15, I found myself in a go-go bar before. I don't know how, bro. I don't know who took me there, but somehow I found myself in a go-go bar. So I'm just saying, age is relative sometimes when you basically
11 years old in a go-go club is wow, yo.
That's
I'm
wild.
just saying, I can't. Hey. I'm thinking I was probably maybe somewhere around 15. That's what I'm saying, around 15. I don't think I was that young.
They're all like,
but I'm just saying.
They're trying to prove their case. It wasn't me.
And I want to say that I'm definitely trying to remember where I saw Dancehall Queen.
I wasn't there to
if it was
chill.
on a DVD or if it was actually in the movie theater. Because back then they were showing.
I definitely seen it in the movie theater.
They were showing these movies in movie theaters, like the Kenmore, like back in Brooklyn. those days, the Kenmore.
I would have loved to see it in the movie.
They showed dancehall in movie theaters.
In New York, that's crazy.
Not all movie theaters. Not all movie theaters.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. It was like local movie theaters, like the Kenmore, like back in Brooklyn.
That's
right.
Those small movie theaters, like
That actually makes sense because how else would they bootleg it? It wasn't like maybe it could have came from Jamaica, but it was
because it's back then when Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, those movies was coming out, and they only showed them in those small movie theaters, like Kenmore.
Dope. All right, let's get into it, Felicia.
All right, so basically,
I'm excited.
Dancehall Queen. It's officially it's a 1997 cult classic. Period. No conversation. Nobody can touch it. Period. It's a cult classic. It was brought to you by Island Digital Media and Island Jamaica Films. I remember Island. I don't know if it was a conglomerate or whatever it did, but it did everything. It made records. They made films. They did whatever they could do.
They did the TV.
They were branching out.
They were branching out. And so they made that movie in association with Hawk Nest Productions. And it was directed by Don Letts, who is I'm assuming he has a Jamaican background, but he was born in England, and another guy named Rick Elgood. And it was filmed on location in Kingston, Jamaica. That I give respect to, son. You filmed in Kingston, and that basically that's why it really, it wasn't no soundstage. It wasn't Canada. It wasn't some corner in Atlanta that they used over and over and over again from different angles. It was in the corners, the streets, and the actual clubs
of Jamaica. Didn't know where it was filmed.
In Kingston, Jamaica, and I also respect it.
It wasn't a high budget. It wasn't a high budget for it.
Absolutely not.
It was in somebody's.
You just needed to have people. And it was filmed during the peak of dancehall music. It was it brought basically what it did was it brought the competition of dancehall music. What it did was basically brought the competition of dancehall dancing and fashion to the masses.
The culture. Just summed up into the
dancehall is a music genre.
Because what people were very familiar with was reggae, but what they weren't familiar with,
that's the overall sound. But dancehall is a genre within it.
The genre itself.
Exactly, like mumble rap or like whatever you basically might have. Dancehall is a
trap
genre within it. Trap music is a genre within overall reggae, but it's a culture that belongs to it, that goes with the dancing, that goes with the fashion, that goes with the DJ sets, the actual different artists basically did dancehall music, so it brought that whole entire view to the masses globally. Because
it's a cultural phenomenon.
It was in Japan after
it was in
not
Japan.
Too long after that.
After a while, the dancehall queen was Japanese.
Absolutely, exactly.
You can easily say how.
Man, that girl, she held it down for years. She's fucking it up.
You can easily
I don't remember her name.
You can easily say that dancehall is to reggae as hip hop is to like funk and jazz and stuff like that, because that's where they came out of, and I believe this was the first movie we had that only focused on dancehall. Right.
I mean, exactly. It was complete. Absolutely. It was the main focus was dancehall, and it also introduced the concept of the dancehall queen, which is basically one woman or a woman who basically is just like that it girl. She walks in, she has the hottest
define dancehall queen.
Exactly. It would be Olivine's picture. She has the wig, whatever color that needed to match the accents of her clothes.
Nails.
She rolled up in a buggy.
Everything
rolled up in a rimmed up buggy. As soon as she came through, everybody was like,
buggy is crazy.
The rimmed up buggy was crazy.
They had it twice in the movie. I was like, damn.
Did that. She killed
that.
He was doing
that. That's for the babies. She was that girl.
She was that girl. And people stopped and be like, yo, that's Alavine. Let her through, bro. Play simple. It became go ahead.
Dancehall was just something else, man. Cause I was even telling my kids, it was just like a movement. It was how you dress, how you act. It was just a feeling of going out to a party and you dress up in your linen suit, and you know it was just like a culture. You know, it was just the parties.
It was the culture.
So dances,
American kids basically all practicing.
Right, in the basement, getting ready.
Choreographed,
you don't want to be that kid that
dances.
don't know the dance. You did not want to be that person that did not know the dance.
It was just so much.
It was a
dancing, the music, the fashion, the talking.
That's why I completely agree with Julian when he was like, it's like Beach Street. It basically was a envisioning of that movement where you had dance groups and you had the fashion to go along with it, and the people who were in those dance groups and act there, they set the tempo, they set what
John Hyde, Bogle, all those people.
What was cool? What was we doing?
What was cool?
Doing?
If you wasn't doing it, you wasn't doing it right. Oh, you don't know how to pepper seeds, son. You ain't what you doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They were the ones that were emulated or rappers, or I guess Jamaican artists. They would actually rap about, like, you know, they would say they would make music for it was they would hype up the best dances and then have songs that they named after the best dances and their best new dances. They set the trends. Plain and simple. Dancehall Queen became the longest running movie in Jamaican cinemas at that time. Period. They just had that. They couldn't take it out of the theaters.
Wow.
For a minute.
They had a run.
It is still a global reggae culture phenomenon. Period. So, moving right along to the cast. It starred Audrey Reid as Marcia. Now, I know she was in, I think she was also in either Third World Cop or Shadows. I think she was in Third World Cop also.
She's in Third World Cop.
She was in Third World Cop. She definitely, and she was also in Ticklers.
Higglers.
Is it Ticklers or Ticklers?
Higglers. The play?
Yes. She was also in that, I heard. Yes.
Yeah, Higglers, yeah.
And also a legend in West Indian Jamaican cinema, Paul Campbell. He's been in several. Paul Campbell. Yes. He plays Priest. And I mean, Campbell, son, I mean, half of people cousin that. There has to be about 80,000 Campbells in Jamaica alone, man. That's all I know. It has to be.
Somewhere down the line,
he has to be somewhere. Plain and simple. So, besides the cast of many other people that was in that who brought this movie to life, something that always brings Jamaican movies to life is the music. Every West Indian Jamaican cinema is very closely tied to the music, and it's always closely tied to the music of that time, and basically to when it goes back to all the way back to, you know, The Harder They Come with Jimmy Cliff, and you had the Mighty Quinn, and even Oliver and the Ticklers. And I remember basically, you know, they would certain music that they would play during those. It permeates through the music, because I mean, hey, this is Black culture. That's the African diaspora. Music basically brings along the whole entire story. Yeah. So, you know, they had to bring along the popular artists of the time. And so back in 1997, when dancehall asserted its dominance in the genre, the movie about dancehall culture would have to have the biggest artists. And of course, they would have to have the maestro himself. The Beanie Man, the doctor. Beanie Man, fresh off of his success with the album Maestro. So it was I'm sure that was big for them to get him on the movie. Right? Like, we got Beanie. That's all we really needed to have.
No one else needed. Probably don't got the budget for nobody else anyway. So all we got.
People showed up just because they showed up. They said, "What? We coming."
Have you ever thought about what would
your favorite Beanie Man album be?
It might be the Maestro.
In general?
In general.
We'll come back to that another time.
Let's not get off the topic. Let's not get off the
topic.
topic.
We're gonna go.
Because he has so many albums.
That time,
so many albums.
Loving some.
Let's not get off topic.
I love Beanie Man. Let's go. We're gonna be with for a while.
No, to Julian's point, not to go off that, but 1997, Romy was hot at that time, and so there. I mean, Romy.
Beanie just want to grow his dreads. He was hot.
So many great artists. Dancehall was happening at that time.
He was hot.
That movie had the best actors, man, at that time.
Absolutely.
I think all the best actors
Jamaican
was in that movie at that time.
Yeah.
And not only did they have just Beanie Man, they had Lady Saw.
Lady Saw was huge at that time.
Shaka Demus and Pliers, Frisco Kid.
Anthony B.
Anthony B. Wayne Wonder. Chevelle Franklin, and just to name a few other people who's just on the
This is a bad soundtrack.
The soundtrack was nasty, son. It was a classic soundtrack just to go along with it. And
I forgot to check out the soundtrack. Let me check it.
You and me both.
Okay, so I got you. So I can give you the whole plot in just one sentence. Real quick. A single mother and street vendor disguises herself for a dance contest and pits her enemies against each other. That is a simple explanation of the plot. But I wouldn't be doing the movie justice. It's so much more than that. Much more than that. It's just like it's crazy. The whole story is amazing, son. But before we start, does anybody have any other last things to go into before we start going through the whole entire story?
Let's start it.
Get rolling.
All right.
Classic intro.
Yo, the intro is classic.
Beanie
Man sitting on the front.
The montage in the beginning and just playing in the background.
Classic intro.
But was that not the dope? How dope was that? Beanie singing his own lyrics at the beginning of the show. I don't think I ever seen that.
That song must have played 3 times during the show.
He's writing it.
At the end.
I
don't think I've ever seen that in a movie before, ever.
Classic. It was classic.
He's writing the great visuals. I'm glad you mentioned that. He's sitting down, writing the lyrics to a song that he's rapping out loud. That's basically summarizing the movie.
Exactly.
It matches the exact movie, because there's not a lot of people that make songs for a movie that the song actually matches the movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was awesome. Can do that.
It was awesome.
That's a whole other conversation.
It was so creative and bomb. But also it showed what I just love also about the movie was it unapologetically opened up with not the Montego Bay, going to Sandals, going to all these, the places that you normally know of Jamaica. Like, I didn't even know it was Kingston, but it would be any regular town in any regular parish in Jamaica. Street vendors, that's how they made their living. And this is what Marcia pushing it, dodging traffic, trying to get to her spot in the morning because it is a fight every day.
That's a story that has rarely been told.
World of life.
That's a story rarely told.
It's a story rarely told, because basically it's the unglamorous person that basically ends up coming up through this story and is and is vindicated at the end of her through her struggle. So you have basically Beanie Man. He's penning this new song, Dancehall Queen, produced by Sly and Robbie, by the way. So also, and while he's playing in the background, there's a DJ setting up his sound system for the night. He's cleaning off his records, and that just took me back to my brothers and cousins, basically just getting ready for a set, playing for a party, son. I was just like, man, I can't. It just completely took it back there. And there's a guy who's painting some speakers, and he's painting a red, yellow, and green star. And
it was actually a woman. Hey, that was actually a woman. That was a lady. If you look closer,
who was painting?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out, Jess. I didn't even realize that. Okay. That's what's up. Plain simple. But just the big speakers, and they basically painting it down nice and black. And I'm just like, and he's just getting ready, and Beanie Man's just sitting there in the middle of nowhere. And that's I'm sure that he basically used to do that. It was before he was a big time star. He was just chilling out in the middle of the street, just writing music, and he's the biggest artist in the whole entire country.
Wherever the music was.
He was right
big
there.
Old speakers. I remember those speakers, man, having to drag those speakers from Canal Street. I remember me and Neil having to go buy some speakers, going to Canal Street, Manhattan, and load them up in my little truck and bring them all the way back to Brooklyn.
Wow. It's not easy, no man. But Jesse,
not the speakers.
I remember how loud they were.
This small play, and they sound exactly the same. Yep, just like that.
as far as the eye can see. You see my man right here? It's 2-3 more of him on top of him, man. Yeah. That's his high. They took every single speaker they could find from cars, from all.
You need the bass, you need the top end, something to play the mids, something to play the highs.
No wonder why you're deaf. Like literally, we all should be deaf. Because the way that them things...
I know I'm losing hearing in my right ear.
It wasn't a dance hall unless you left the dance hall. Your ears ringing.
And I used to stay near the DJ booth, so the speakers was right next to me, right here.
I feel like I
had the same
experiences if I wasn't by the speaker. I ain't gonna lie.
You wanted to feel that bass coming through your body. That was amazing.
Like the Labor Day parade. You didn't know it was Labor Day until you felt it.
Because that's actually not a normal feeling, Julian. I think that's just us.
It might be. But it felt good. It felt good.
It felt great.
You gotta have those that frequency flowing through you, man.
Ooh, that frequency.
So, and we have our main character, Marcia. She's a street vendor pushing a push cart. Now, not push cart, push cart. Push cart. So, and this for our non-Jamaicans out there. Basically, everybody don't have money for a storefront. So to make money, they basically put their wares onto a cart that has wheels, and they push them to wherever they need to be. And wherever they are is where they sell their wares. So she is a street vendor. And she is pushing her stuff up a hilly road to go and set up where she's going to do business for the day. So okay.
You got to remember the street vendor was that's how they made a little bit of money just to survive.
The little bit of money that they had,
they had
that's how they lived.
To sell to tourists or to sell to anybody who walked by.
Absolutely.
And that's still a very viable profession right now. I say it's a profession because you will go to Jamaica and tourists will see them selling food, selling whatever, but that's how they get by. That's how they get by.
Tea, beer, soft drinks.
Anything.
Bug juice. Pepper shrimp. Whatever y'all need, man.
They don't know how to make
clothes.
Get up,
clothes. Exactly. So when Marcia arrives at her usual spot, she finds it's already taken, and she promptly informs the person that, hey, that's my spot. And so, but he says, "Me nah move." So she's like, "Hey, it's been a year that we've been here, son. You can't just say, you know what? Let me just go ahead and help you. Just help you move." And she starts picking up his shit.
Give him a hand. Hey, you know what? You made a mistake. I'll help you, son. I'll help you. I'll help you pack up.
You're mistaken. Let me go help you.
You don't want these problems. You don't want the trouble that's about to come. You don't want these problems.
You got to remember, this is Jamaica. That is a woman punking a man over a place of money.
But I'm going to tell you right now.
Know how dead serious she was that nobody was going to mess with her. Because she knew she had to be rough in that world.
Agreed. But this is the thing. And I completely agree with you. But I will say this. Jamaican women are like that. We're built like that.
Right. They're not soft women.
They're not soft women. That's how we basically, because Jamaica's not a soft place. I mean, historically, we had to basically we had to be a little bit tougher, just along with the men. Now we could be softer when we need to be, but when we have to hold our ground, we get fearless. I don't know where that comes from.
Boisterous, get very directive, pointed.
I don't know where that comes from, but we have some bravery in us when we need to have bravery. I thought to myself like, ooh, that I was like that was a risk that she took us there. Right. That could have ended badly.
You were alone. You were alone. This man is crazy. He clearly can, overtake you if he wanted to. But she's like, listen.
Hey.
I think that caught him off guard as well.
It caught him. He was like, wow, okay.
But then later you find out he likes that kind of stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So she's there questioning the other vendors around, like, y'all ain't gonna say nothing, up into the time.
Marcia, I please tell where everybody to go.
She's like, so up until the point where her brother and his friend Sonny arrives, wondering what's going on, and she tells them, and then Sonny's just like, hey, did you ask him nicely? And she's like, I was on my best behavior.
I was on my best behavior. I even offered him. I offered to help him move it.
I was on my best behavior.
On my best behavior.
Huh? And the brother is Junior.
The brother's name is Junior. Her brother's name is Junior. If you recognize
Junior, Junior plays in a couple other movies.
Really?
Yes. He was the bad guy in Third World Cup.
Correct.
Yes. He was the antagonist in Third World Cop. So Junior, I forgot his name. Give me 2 seconds. I'll get his
Mark Danvers.
Mark Danvers, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Mark Danvers. Right. So sorry. So in response, Sonny basically is just like, oh, so you only understand badmanism. So he basically kicks over the guy's beard.
Hold on. The guy said badmanism. It was made up a vicious word,
Yo, that's why I put
is wow.
That's why I put this movie on a level with Coming to America. It's I can say this movie word for word, bro. It just stuck in my mind. It said it's lines that basically will never go dead in my head, man. So you only know the badmanism. So he kick over his stuff. The guy basically takes up one of the broken bottles and comes at him. So Sonny does some karate move out of this.
He's like, watch out, I'm ready for this. I've been practicing my jujitsu.
Yo, Sonny was a bad man.
How influenced was Jamaica by Chinese movies?
Yeah, martial arts,
westerns,
karate movies, karate flicks,
karate. And
West Indian people love westerns.
My dad, right now, he will.
Our brother was named after Jesse James.
Hey, my father-in-law loved. That's all he watched was pure westerns. That's
westerns, man.
Your dad only
until he
listens
passed.
to country music.
He only
loves
to
westerns.
He had my daughter listening to country music. I'm just like, it's crazy. So basically, he disarms him and kicks him away and pushes him away, and he's just like, this isn't over. And they're like, chatbot.
Yo.
Hold on.
And then Priest was a great actor, man. He was a really good actor,
bro. He's a great actor.
He's a really good actor, man. He said, yo, you gonna PFA this,
You gonna PFA.
It was good to see him. And then his earlier film before that was a different movie, The Lunatic. To see him transition from different, from a crazy person to a mod person to a thug.
Absolutely. Hey, man, listen. This is the first of others to come. I want to review some West Indian Caribbean movies, basically Jamaican movies. There's been a lot of great Jamaican movies over the years, and I don't see nobody reviewing them. And I want to do it justice and do them justice and give them their flowers, just like we do in the Dancehall Queen. So Lunatic definitely was one of the big movies in my life, man. Before Dancehall Queen came along, it was Lunatic. And I'm just like, we gotta go back to them. Hey, man.
Bush
after this, we gotta watch
Bush
it. Oh my goodness, classics, son, classics. So obviously, on the other side of town at this time, Marcia's daughter Tanya is looking around this pimped out high rise apartment, but of her uncle's son, her uncle Larry, with leopard skin chairs and cow skin rugs. It's looking really tacky.
Hey, 1 second.
But not his real uncle though. Not his real uncle.
It's not her real uncle.
Not her real uncle.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, Uncle Larry. Larry, family friend. Yeah. Exactly.
But they call him Uncle Larry.
They call him Uncle Larry. He's a family friend. So he comes up behind her, trying to basically trying to get fresh.
How old was she again?
I don't know. 15. Said, I would give her 15. I would give her about 15.
14 or something like that.
15.
I didn't hear a year. 15. So I'm just saying she looks like she's 15. That's all I'm gonna say. So he comes up behind.
I think she says I'm only 15. I think she says it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, she said her age.
Okay, so 15. Yeah. All right, so she's 15. He comes up behind her trying to get fresh, so she moves over to the couch and he asks her what's wrong. And she's like, you're like a father to me. And she's obviously she's could be that basically 15 years old. But he's telling her, but she's a good-looking woman, and I'm just like, that's it makes her very uncomfortable. So she asks if she could go home now. So basically, a little bit later on in the day, back at Marcia's cart, she spots she's talking to a local elderly man. Mentioning this because this is a part that comes up a little bit later. He comes to retrieve a letter, which I actually thought to myself, that's really cool. That's
her grandfather.
No, it's not her grandfather. It's just an elder in the area.
I think she called him grandpa at one point.
Well,
she acted like the P.O. box, like she picked up his mail.
Like the P.O. box, exactly. She picked up his mail. But yeah, I don't think she's his I don't think he's her grandfather because her father is seen in the movie later on.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's her grandfather, but she probably just called him grandfather.
Right.
So basically, he comes to get his mail from her, and while she's there retrieving his mail, he asks basically if she heard about the trouble with squatters in St. Andrew, and apparently a landlord is trying to get them off the land, but they were tipped off by somebody, and they decided to put up a fight, right? And so Marcia's just like, "I'm good. They forget beating." So basically, it's she's pleased that basically the landlord, exactly that the landlord
and who
and why is that such a big thing in Jamaica?
Who tips them off is significant.
It's significant, basically. So basically, you have people who it could be many different situations. You could just have people who just need somewhere to stay, and they decided that there's some empty land and decided to build a house there, and now the landlord wants them to leave the land because they want to sell it and get some money. Or the landlord might be trying to put them out of actual apartments to try to sell it and get some money, but they can't afford it. And so there's a lot of different situations that kind of are going on around that time in Jamaica. So
hey, let me tell you. Squatters can take over your land and there's nothing you can do about it. I know my father was saying there's like even in country, you can have a land in country, and if somebody just take up just start sitting on the land, setting up shop on the land or whatever, and you're gonna have hell to try to get them out there.
Forget them off of there.
Squatters can take over your land. There's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
Your problem.
But hey,
what you can do about it?
That's the situation economically.
That's life in country. That's country living.
That's country living. I mean, it is. You have the haves and the have-nots. You have the people who actually are able to own land, and you have people who don't have any money or not able to own land.
Yeah.
So they can only live where they can afford, or they can't afford. They just find somewhere to squat.
And I think around for this situation, I was kind of torn. I actually was thrown off. I didn't really pay close attention to that. But like when I was younger, but now being older, I really was thinking, I'm like, well, what else would that, if I was a landowner, I would want that person off my land. However,
I think it was the
because the old man said they put up a big fight on stand firm, meaning like they was like, no, I'm not leaving. Why would a squatter feel so entitled to the land? Because maybe there was probably some more behind the scenes that we didn't understand. That possibly. Maybe that landlord probably didn't have as much of rights to the land, maybe. So maybe it was that. I don't know. Right. But I was like, wait, if you don't own the land, you shouldn't be on the land.
Agreed. But that's honestly, I don't want to go too much into that because that is a nuanced conversation. More questions
than anything.
Exactly, because we can have our different views because we actually own homes or something like that, basically. But for people who rent, it's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
When people don't own something, it's a whole other conversation. It's the haves and the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? So just then Larry and Tanya decide they pull up in the car, and at that time Sonny decides to split. He's like, he's gone, and so he
and you can see something is bothering Sonny.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Something basically bothering Sonny. He's just like, you're
bothering Tanya.
Yeah, because you listen to the conversation, and you can see his reaction when they're talking about the squatters.
He kind of froze a little bit when they were talking about the squatters. And then when he said that, oh, here comes Larry and Tanya,
he's like, I'm out of here.
Decided to say, I'm out of here. He just basically quit. So Larry pulls up in a champagne Mercedes with a crown on the dashboard, and I'm just like, how long has it been since I've seen somebody with a crown air freshener on a dashboard? So
that's old school. That's 80s, man. That's 90s.
School.
That's good times.
That was so old school.
On the dashboard, like it's in style.
Big old crown.
Big old crown. So at that time, basically, Marcia jumps in and leaves Junior to mind the spot. So he drops Marcia and Tanya off at home, and Tanya immediately gets out without saying a word. Marcia asks, "What's wrong with her?" And he plays stupid and says, "Oh, she showed me her grades. I'm real glad about what she's doing. What she's doing in school." Then Marcia's youngest daughter, Tasha, comes up and runs out to the car.
Classic. That little girl's hilarious.
She's a class. She's hilarious. She runs out to the car, only caring about the food. Didn't even say, I don't know if she said, hi, mama. She just said, hi, Uncle Larry.
She's the comic relief.
She is.
Easy. And she said, what's for dinner? And of course, it's KFC. I mean, everybody's happy for KFC.
Lord have mercy. You know, a long time you to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Favorite.
My favorite.
Favorite.
I heard people say their favorite restaurant in Jamaica is KFC.
It's bomb. Have you guys had it?
I think
I haven't had it yet. I've got to try it.
Once I might have had it.
It is good.
Then the
U.S. We were at Montego Bay. I think we had it when we was at Montego Bay in a hotel somewhere. Me, mommy, and daddy, we got to KFC
somewhere, and it was like we got to stop
somewhere, basically.
It's definitely delicious. The original recipe that they use
is still the original. They still got the original.
Their own original. They got their own
simple. No GMO chicken out there. They got real chicken out there, B. So it made me want to go get some KFC. That's all I know. It made me want to go get some KFC. I might have to do that sooner or later. So when Marcia arrives at the dinner table inside, she finds one piece of chicken left in the box. Classic.
You know how earth that would be.
Yo, that movie is just full of jokes, man. Full of jokes. Full of drama.
In real life, yo. Sir. In real life living.
She goes into straight Jamaican mother guilt trip mode, lays it on real thick. We work all day, and I'll come home to his one piece of chicken. I'm gonna have to share this with Junior. Not even fries and ketchup.
Piece of chicken.
You don't have to tell the girl. You don't have to tell me Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And she said, he don't gotta know if you ain't telling him.
You know, like a gal.
You know, you wicked, you little girl.
Because that's facts. Ain't nobody got to know we had Kentucky Fried Chicken. So you tell him, girl.
Nobody got to know unless you open your mouth and tell him.
This could be a locked box.
Right. So, but then Tasha goes and brings back a whole full plate. She's like, "You wouldn't say nothing. You would not come break it unless we said something." That's right now. That was classic, yo.
It's full of jokes,
still
man.
Gotta give us something at the end.
Good joke, but
this
that was
just making me turn up.
I think what it did also too was like just show like Jamaican kid humor is like Jamaican kids are hilarious.
They're hilarious.
You know what I mean? Mommy,
absolutely hilarious.
Was just there the other day. She told us one of the funniest jokes that had to do with a little kid. Like it was just like because kids are just funny, and I love that they were able to show that in the film. So that was great.
Absolutely, absolutely. But then Tanya tells her mother that she needs to speak to her about Larry. Serious. Exactly, it got serious, and so immediately, Marcia sends her daughter to the store to go get some sugar.
That's anywhere. That was y'all in Brooklyn. You can't have in front of young kids. Real quick.
Exactly. Run to the store and go get me a bag of 2 pounds of sugar. Go get me 2 pounds of sugar. So Tanya tells her she doesn't want to see Larry ever again for as long as she lives. And he tried to fill me up. And her mother says, doesn't someone try to fill me up? I'm just like, damn, Marcia. That's not but
so much be so hard. I'm not gonna pack that on this video, but that is very common for a Jamaican woman.
Yo, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them for low key addressing that topic.
Leaning into this topic. I mean,
yeah.
I wasn't sure how far.
Shining light on the topic.
Absolutely. Yes. It's hard to talk about this movie without talking about that topic because it's very, very ingrained into that topic. And it basically ties into why Marcia makes the decisions that she does. Yeah. So basically, it's hard not to talk about that topic. But doesn't a man try to fill me up? I laughed. I'm sorry. That was funny though, because I was just like, she brushed it off like, doesn't a man trying to fill me up? I'm like, God damn, Marcia. I feel you, but welcome damn.
To the real world, sis.
So welcome to the real world, sis.
Golly.
So 15 now. What are we talking about?
Her, she was just like, I don't want that to be my life. That was like just because it went through your trauma,
right?
You realized very quickly
you can see the mindset of the older generation to the mindset of the younger generation, knowing the difference between wrong or right. You know, not going along with the norm or whatever.
That quote unquote norm, exactly. And the way that her mother basically tries to rationalize it.
Can we give Tanya some kudos for speaking up that way to her mother? With most daughters ain't doing that.
Absolutely.
Never do that.
How many daughters done suffered in silence?
Yes, suffered in silence. It's a new generation. There's a new generation.
It was kind of showing.
I thought to myself, exactly. I thought to myself, I was like, I know at least maybe two women that I grew up with who were friends of mine who basically had a family or a life like that they basically came out of or survived rather, basically that was like that, where it was, you know, either it's
child
okay
molestation
with you or you could leave.
By a family member.
Exactly. Yeah. And the mother's rationale is that he contributes so much to the house, she doesn't know how she'll survive without him. That's the rationale.
Literally, that was her rationale. He would not be here without Santa Claus.
Without him, exactly.
Without Santa Claus.
And her mindset, the way her mind was thinking at that time, and the way this movie is a classic because her mind changes throughout the movie.
It evolved. She knew it was
daughter, and she owes it all to her daughter for opening her mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's because of Tanya having, you know, not only new generation, but the fact that she had education. In this movie, they use it as education was that vessel of doing more and not being this perpetuation of, you know, the norm.
Feeling that you have to be basically, you have to, the only way you can survive is through that type of, you know, you have to survive through a man and basically have to deal with whatever comes with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Basically.
that you need a man's help. You know, a woman can stand strong on her own.
Exactly.
No. How about the fact that she actually believes that the money he gives is worth more than her child's innocence?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And she tells, so eventually Marcia ends the conversation by telling her to do what she says, which is basically to forget that it happened. And basically, I'm your mother, so you do what I say. Go with the program.
She basically told her to go sleep with him.
She didn't say go sleep with him. She said just go along with the flow.
Go along with the flow. Exactly.
Go with the program.
Go with the program.
And whatever happens, happens.
Right.
Exactly. So that whole mess right there.
Yeah.
And so Marcia is dealing with a lot. So anyway, so later on, either that night or another night, they're at the Domino's table. Classic scene also. So they're at that Domino's table, and Marcia and Sonny and Junior and another guy they're all playing
Domino's now.
And Julius there. He put down a card. He's like, somebody have to go to Domino's school, and so he don't realize that the card that he puts down passes everybody in the whole entire thing until Sonny's what's the name, and he clicked on the card.
Who should go to Domino's school? No.
Clicked on a card. Who should go to Domino's school? No.
Hey, that takes me back, man. That takes me back. Domino's in the middle of the night, drinking beer in the country. It's just nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
On the porch, on the wooden table. On the porch with a wooden table.
And just one light basically above y'all, and somebody's playing music. Man, listen, that just takes me back. Oh my God. Okay, we can talk about that forever because our grandfather's yard, when we came down to Jamaica, it was a time. A time was had.
It was.
Yeah. A time was had. Period. And so the guy licked on 3 straight card. Who have to go to Domino's school? No. Marcia, get up. We have to go get a new partner because you're not ready.
Yo, full of jokes.
And
man.
she lost.
Pure
and
jokes.
she lost.
Classics. Absolute classics, man.
Yeah, that girl was a thug. She was a thug.
Yo. That's right.
Marcia was a thug, yo. Go ahead.
Marcia, that's it. Where you hit it right there. Marcia was a thug.
Yes,
she was man.
A real gangster.
She made her money on the streets, so she had to be able to hustle. She wasn't no bank teller or some farmer. She basically made her money with the gift of gab. So you had to be a different kind of person to do that.
Yeah,
so
she's a tomboy.
She was that kind of person.
Yeah,
she dressed like it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So plain and simple. So when they basically, next thing you know, though, they're approached by the guy that they had a little spat with earlier, priest, who comes up and begins flirting with Marcia.
I was nervous. I'm like, oh, he walking up to me. He walking up on them in the dark.
Yo,
in the dark.
Cinematography, man, for the budget that they had, right? The cinematography that they had was spot on.
Dark shadow on his face.
Absolutely.
Yo, like. Whoa!
I would love to go back and just basically be around as a PA.
It's like he just walked out of the. He just walked.
Yes,
out of the
he was a part where he like. It was dope.
It was this darkness.
Really,
he just approached into the darkness out of nowhere. So out of the darkness.
It was exactly that. Like he leaned in and he leaned out. I'm like, yo, this is
definitely gave you sinister, yo.
Absolutely. So
like,
peep game. He begins flirting with Marcia and starts touching on her. That basically gets Sonny's attention. So Sonny steps in basically to step in to intercede. And he whispers in Sonny's ear, "Are you me comfort?" And stabs Sonny right in the stomach, son. And it wipes his blood on his shirt, and then tells everybody,
"Go ahead,
talk on live.
Let's all say it. Let's all say it.
Talk on live. Talk on live. No.
Bomboclad.
Walk and live. Talk on bomboclad dead.
Classic.
That's the part that everybody knows out of that movie. If it's one part you know out of that movie, it's that part you know out of that movie.
That part.
Walk and live. Listen, it's up to you. The world is your oyster.
Talk.
But if you talk
dead
to anybody,
it was a warning. A warning to anybody in that courtyard. You say anything
before I even step off. I'm not even going nowhere.
You not hiding my face. I ain't hiding nothing.
You looking at me right now. I want y'all to see my face. Plain and simple. It was a warning to everybody. Everybody immediately dips. They started walking. They walked.
Yeah.
They walked. They decided to say, you got it.
Yo.
So they dipped, son. So it basically left. Marcia is screaming, kind of, and Junior is just frozen, just in shock, holding his friend. Exactly. And so they leave basically. So they're the only one. That the last one's left, and you can hear sirens approaching. And so Marcia is trying to get Junior to leave, but he's like, "I'm not leaving my friend. It's my friend. He killed my friend." And so basically, Marcia decides to dip, and this leaves Junior. She rolled out. So basically, this leaves Junior to be there when the cops arrive. So Marcia gets home.
Was a bad man, yo. He
bad man, son.
Because Sonny was a big dude.
Right.
Big dude.
Sonny was a big dude. He just took him out, yo. Priest is no joke.
But
I mean, boy.
As the story gets thicker, you realize the moves that Priest was making. It was all planned. It was all planned. So
I actually did not catch that until later. Till my age now. I didn't catch that.
Exactly. That it was all set up. So Marcia sneaks back in the home, makes sure her kids are okay, but she can't sleep. It's just on her mind. And meanwhile, Junior is basically being interrogated by the two worst cops in all of Jamaica, who basically feel like
them two are the best. Them two cops is the best comic relief.
Yo, you're not gonna tell me the truth. I'm just gonna beat it out of you, son. So he's
bad cop. I'm dead.
No.
And what's his name?
Tell me what I want to hear. I don't care if it's the truth.
Exactly.
Tell me what I want to hear.
And what's his name? Carl Bradshaw, or because he was in he played with him in
in Third World Cop 2.
Third World Cop.
No, not in Third World Cop. Was he in Third World Cop?
Yeah.
I just know him from. I know him from
Carl Bradshaw. Yeah.
Yeah,
Other
Carl
one is
Bradshaw.
Michael London. Yeah.
He because he actually helped produce the movie too, I think.
Oh, okay.
But he's from
I'm not sure, but
The Lunatic. He was the butcher in Lunatic.
Yeah, he did. He did help to produce it also.
Yeah, there are a lot of great actors in this movie. A lot of
great
classic
actors,
actors.
man. So
well-known actors for Jamaica. Well-known
exactly.
Jamaican actors in this movie.
Exactly. So they're interrogating, quote unquote, Junior, and it is like, you're not going to tell us. And so the guy comes like, maybe you want to rascal. And the next one that took me out. He said, basically he says he's gonna beat him till you remember everything. All your granny birthday.
Everything.
That's serious.
All your granny birthday.
Boof. Boof.
Wow. The worst cops in the whole country, bro.
Yo.
Wow.
But police in Jamaica back then. Police in Jamaica back then was rough, man. Police in Jamaica back then, they were. Back then the police would beat you up for no reason.
Right.
That's why Jamaicans have
They will kill you just as quick as the gangsters would.
They have no respect for police. They fear police. They have no respect.
Literally.
Ridiculous.
Like Americans, it is jarring to see whenever we're seeing like law enforcement with like the the AKs on top. That was a norm. Like literally on the highway all the time.
In military,
AKs out.
In full military guard with straight
gear.
full automatic machine guns.
That was the
and I was like, is that the military?
Like,
no, that's
was
the cops.
The norm, how they rode down our highways or our little streetways. So in America, to see like a regular cop like that's actually very normal over there. So you don't want to be pulled into the police station and be interrogated because you're brought into a whole bunch of mess.
That makes me think about how immigrants don't really trust the cops. Immigrants don't trust the cops because in America there's a expected decorum for cops, but overseas in many a country the cops are like these dudes, plain and simple. So later he returns home all beat up. And Marcia basically tends to his wounds and basically asks, what did the police say? And he tells them that he didn't tell the police nothing. They want him to come back another day to make a statement. And Marcia says, yo, if you talk, you're gonna die. And so he basically realizes either way, he's dead. So that's his mindset right now. So
I like the fact how Marcia tried to blame it on him. And he said, wait a minute.
Who you, Sonny, was defending.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Exactly.
It's you he was defending.
It's you he was defending. And she was like, yeah, you right.
Right.
Marcia is always 2 seconds late on the conversation.
She's just the mom. Like she's just Jamaican
dealing with it.
Like,
exactly.
It's full of jokes.
Right now.
So what happened next?
So one night outside of a dance hall, sorry guys, I'm trying to move this along. One night outside of a dance hall, she and Junior is set up shop basically, and they're watching women and men come in fancy garbs and fancy clothes, and they're pulling up in their, cars on hydraulics and stuff like that with neon colors and coming out with clothes, crazy clothes, and they're just looking at them and they're basically tending to their people. And then one woman comes over to come buy a beer, complaining about how much the beer costs. And she's just like, you complaining about the beer when you spend $10,000 on your outfit. And
why is beer so expensive?
You know what I'm saying?
She said, can you imagine?
Jamaicans aren't easy, man. Jamaicans they'll try to talk you down for everything.
Anything, sir.
Look at your outfit.
Exactly. Jesus. So Junior tries to flirt with her, and he said, "Hey, my body will blind you." And she said, "You better get a nice pair of dark glasses."
Hey, but I remember they used to call them darkers back in the day.
Dark glasses.
Hey, you want dark glasses?
I'm like, yo, that used to call it that, man.
What they call? Now a little history.
Sunglasses, they call it dark glasses or darkers.
Now a little history. What they about to get into is basically reference off of the fashion that a set of girls from New York that went back to Jamaica and opened up a clothing line, the Ouch Girls. That was
the Ouch Crew.
The Ouch Crew. And their whole style is what they're fashioning all the women characters, the female characters in the movie off of.
So that was a real group that was from like New York, and they would actually bring their fashion to us. That's dope. Honestly, I feel that I'm not going to say that it didn't have its fashion, but it was highly influenced by America.
One of my cousins used to date the Ouch Crew.
Yes,
one of the members.
Yes,
Ouch.
Ouch. I used to remember them talking about basically out. They used to say "ouch" all the time, but yeah, they basically, they used to design clothes, and they pretty much was like the forerunners of that.
They were the trendsetters.
Yeah, they had a shop and everything.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Hold on.
Dope. I did not know that. Thank you.
That was their shop in
the
movie. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I'm a little behind. I have hold on one second. Yeah, I actually have some slideshows, and that's the actual store in there.
Look at Marcia's outfit, typical Marina baggy jeans,
backwards hat, hat to the back. And she basically, so we getting there. Let's keep it moving. Anyway. they basically, so they stop to admire the dancehall queen, and she comes out in a tight dress, and then out of nowhere, Priest comes up from out of nowhere, as he does, and say, to make sure that nobody has said anything to nobody, and so Marcia, being an absolute gangster, is just like, what's your problem?
I love her, yo.
What is your
She plays a gangster. She plays a rude girl.
Straight gangster.
Hold on.
What's your
You talking about a woman telling a man that who just killed
somebody
in front of her.
He shows no fear.
He
Wow.
just killed somebody in front of you.
You don't have what was your What you're not gonna do is come up in here and terrorizing us.
Exactly.
So either get it on or get gone.
Yo, hey, she shows no fear more than her brother.
Exactly, I'm about to say her brother.
He's hiding behind the cart.
Yeah. What did the brother do? The brother.
He said,
he said, "You murderer!" And then what did Priest do? Priest gave him a stare.
Just gave him a stare, and then he looked down. Man, please. So basically, he asks for a red stripe, and Marcia refuses. Basically, they only serve certain people around here. Basically, and he takes his knife and stabs it right in between her fingers. Basically, and so she opens up the cooler, and he takes it. And then like a true Jamaican opens it on his teeth.
Yo, not a true Jamaican, a rude boy. Only rude boy do things
no
like that.
need to get all aggressive.
I spit on the top.
She's like,
he had to show that. Listen, I'm rude by this.
That's the beer.
I'm like, damn.
I had a bottle opener.
I had a bottle opener.
That's not the point.
Real quick, and we're not gonna go too deep into this, but side note: the performer who's on the stage at the time, I don't remember his name, but
Anthony B.
Is that who?
Was that Anthony B at the time?
Yeah. Is that Anthony B?
Okay,
that's Anthony B. Okay, cool. So he's doing a song about the Prime Ministers PJ Patterson and Siaga and how they basically left Jamaica in the current state of violence and economic strain that they are on right now. And it basically just made me think about how no matter what, you have dancehall that basically, they definitely, sings about having a good time and partying, but reggae and dancehall music always finds a way to put in the little messages and stories of the life that they live and why they live the life that they live, because that's basically how people of the African diaspora pass on stories, is basically through our music. It lives longer than me telling you words, basically. So dancehall people, you have the I'm trying to remember Campbell, different dancehall people always put in right, always put in conscious words also in their dancehall. So dancehall is never always parties.
I'm glad you brought that up, Felicia, because I'm gonna just say this real quick one time. I know we're gonna talk about it in later videos, but one of the reasons why I love dancehall the most is because any artist can give you a song in so many different topics in dancehall, rather than how like you got some artists in America, all they talk about is one thing. You'd have one artist in dancehall that's going to talk about guns, girls, government, and just God. And it's the same artist.
And you don't have to basically transition. Is this like you had to have? Is this like for you to go from a rapper who started off as a gangster rapper to become a conscious rapper? It would be elite. It takes years of dropping albums to basically to inch your way into basically being
like if you're a trap rapper. It's really hard to jump to being like a conscious rapper. People won't take you seriously in the same kind of way. But that transition for a Jamaican artist definitely is more fluid.
It's more fluid. It's basically this accepted regardless it's accepted that you just have more than just one type of thing to say. So that I just wanted to basically bring that out. That was that I like the fact that they even had that in there. And yes, they will play those music inside a dance hall, and people will still also dance to it and move to it.
Same thing. Yes. Yes.
And still basically dance to it. Anyway, so
what makes Marcia go into dancehall, you think?
What you mean?
Opportunity.
What you mean?
Like, I know the scene transitions, I think, to Ouch next, right?
No, not yet. Not quite yet. Not a couple of things happened before then. I can run through those real quick because basically I know we're getting heavy in time right
question, now. Anita, Nini, you said what makes Marcia?
What makes her feel that is the avenue to get her out of the situation? That's the only reason why she did it.
Later on.
That's later, yeah.
Opportunity. Yeah, basically, like that, you know, just a chance and opportunity. So, basically, going back into, you know, Tanya is back at Uncle Larry's apartment, and he wants to talk to her about them, him and her. He tries to give her some jewelry to, you know, make peace, and she doesn't accept it. And then he tells her a story, and I don't want to go into it. It's basically this really cringe, you know, telling about the first time that he met her and her mother, and you know, and basically he tells her a story and basically gets her to lay her back on the couch, basically. And
he takes advantage of her
and he assaults her.
And that's part of the life of single mothers that are not really caring for their children the way they should, because a lot in the ghettos, you have mothers that for one reason or another leave their young kids around grown-ups. You know what I'm saying? Period. Just period. Leave their kids around other grown-ups and with very little regard for the kids' safety.
Absolutely.
Especially in the hood back then. You know?
Especially in the hood. But I mean, I'll tell you, it's certain moms though, because I'll tell you right now, my mom didn't let me go to nobody's house that had a man in the house that they didn't absolutely 100% trust. I mean, it was 2 houses that I was able to go over and spend the night at. Plain simple.
Hey, my parents would tell me, hey, you can't leave your kids anywhere. I know Daddy would tell you, you don't leave your kids with any and everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because they pretty much knew.
I couldn't even spend the night at nobody's house. I don't care how much of a good friend they are. I couldn't spend the night at people's house unless my parents knew them completely, and they had another girl child. I couldn't just spend my night spend the night at the house. Anyway, so
go on, Dora.
Hey, Dora.
I took all my candy.
How you blocking around?
Okay, yes. Okay. So later, I hope Nita's okay.
You don't like candy.
Hold on.
I can't go on the bed.
So after that scene, she gets molested by Larry.
Yes, so she gets molested by Larry. And later, Tanya comes back home. So she comes back home, and where basically Marcia is doing her daughter's Tasha's hair. And when she comes back in, she comes in hot and straight up. It's like, I hate you. She tells her mother, I hate you. Immediately, Marcia takes out some money, and her daughter Tasha says, sugar again. And so basically, she takes the money and sends her. And I get it. Because certain conversations you can't have in front of kids. And the way that she came in hot like that, this is not a conversation to have in front of Tasha.
Hey, whoa. So you cool with telling your 15-year-old, go ahead and let that old grown man do what he want to do, but you're not cool with your younger girl hearing about it.
Right.
So that lets you know that the single mother
knows something's wrong.
Do things that they really don't want to do.
Mm-hmm. She knows what's wrong, but basically, it's There's no putting no sugar coat on it. Plain and simple.
Yeah. She feels she thinks it's about survival.
Exactly. It's about survival, but at the same time, it's not something she wants to immediately introduce to her other child. It's just wrong all across the board.
Yeah, her way of survival.
Her way of survival.
Her way of survival.
Her thinking of her mindset of her survival.
Indeed.
Exactly. So Tanya says she never thought her first time would be with a man old enough to be her father, and that her mother knew what was going to happen when she went over there. And Tanya says she'll never, ever forgive her for that. And she never wants to see him ever again for the rest of her life, even if she has to starve. And that she'll make it on her own, in spite of she'll make it on her own no matter what her mother. She's like, if you couldn't do it, I'm gonna do it. I'll make it on my own no matter what. And the mother tries to kind of tell her whatever, and put up the defense, and the defense that she tries to little muster, and basically Tanya hits her with a brick, like, you made me into a whore.
Ooh.
I mean, where do you go from there? Where do you go from there?
Deep.
That cut deep right there, bro.
It cut deep. I mean, because there's nowhere to go from there. You
prostituted your kid.
You prostituted
you picked out your kid.
Plain and simple. So we can survive. So you can basically sell your stuff, and you can still say the thing. So unfortunately, too many women have, and it hurt hard, mostly because of the fact that we know too many people who basically have gone through that. And so she leaves Marcia with just dealing with the aftermath of basically what that statement means.
What that happened.
Where she's just like, plain and simple, you did this to me, you knew what was going to happen to me, and you basically turned me into this, and you know what, I am not for it, and no matter what happens, I will starve before I basically go see that man.
Basically took away her innocence.
Absolutely.
I want to give y'all a quick one, right? There, when we were in East New York, on Berryman Street, between Dumont and Blake, but up on Hageman, there was an apartment building, right next to the elementary school. Do y'all remember? It was like an apartment building, like 6 floors or whatever, on Hageman and Berryman, right by the elementary school. Anyway, there was a mother up in there that had like 3 daughters, and she was basically pimping them out. Like well known around. Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yep.
I had no idea.
I
was younger than you.
I personally never went, but I knew about it.
I imagine definitely.
I mean, I knew somebody who basically they were older in their 20s. There you go. They were older and in their 20s, but they would have been living with their mom if it wasn't for the fact that they basically moved out because her mom's boyfriend was basically molesting her daughters and didn't want her or her brothers around, and basically systematically moved her brothers out of the house too, so that he could have his way with the other younger daughters. Because if the boys was in the house, they wasn't going to let that happen. So he systematically got her out the house, and then basically got the boys out the house. And the mother knew what was happening because she told the mother what was happening, but she basically said that she needed him to help them survive. Yeah, so I mean, it happens. Unfortunately, it's a story as old as time. But but I'm glad, like you said, with education and with women realizing that they don't need to do that no more. Hopefully, it's happening less and less. Hopefully.
They didn't need to do it at all, but it was a different way of life. Did you guys get to my question yet?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm a fast forward. You're going to get to it, Felicia?
What question?
When she started changing her mind. So basically,
I'm coming there now. The next scene, yeah. So one day
when she's in the restaurant.
Yes, I'm getting there now. I'm going to skip past all this other foolishness right here, basically. So Marcia is basically in a shop chatting with her friend. And her friend Winsome,
A restaurant.
which is the most Jamaican woman name,
Winsome.
is spilling some tea about her dating a man and basically kind of going back and forth with Marcia about, about a man that she's dating and Marcia, and she's like, who do you have? She's like, she's like, what happened to Larry? And she's like, Larry's not like that. Larry's Tanya's godfather, which makes me like, yuck. That's your goddaughter, bro. Anyway, so out of nowhere, a crash happens outside, and a BMW almost ran over a man in a motorcycle. And they go outside like, yo, lot him dead. So everybody goes outside. So they realize the woman who's driving the BMW is Audrey, the dancehall queen. And they realize that she looks absolutely regular in her regular clothes without makeup or her clothes. And so she basically starts to look and is just like, wow, she's like, I can't get over how ordinary she looks. How ordinary she looks, and how does she afford that car and
with
the
all
clothes?
The dancehall stuff. But so she realizes that she looks so ordinary and look just like everybody else. And it hits her. Well, she looked just like me, and if she could do all these things, that she looked just like me and looked just like anybody else, well then,
me too.
Maybe I can do. Maybe I can do it too.
Exactly.
Or maybe
it gets the wheels turning in her head. Like, oh, okay,
anybody
could really do that.
I mean, because she was forgot about that scene, and that scene was so critical. That? Alicia, the link you sent me on YouTube. Actually skip that part. Like I forgot about that.
I forgot about that scene because I was the same episode, the same thing on YouTube. The YouTube that I was watching, it skipped that whole scene.
They skipped the whole scene.
It does until I found another one. I found another one that showed the scene.
Yeah, with the accident.
Yeah, with the accident. And one of my favorite scenes in life. Me and my friend Ian. Yeah. It was when she's in the taxi and she's leaving the dance hall. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Listen, that's one of my most. I quote that. That phrase is what I quote the most. I quote the most.
So pissed. But it didn't show it.
Light come on that place after dark.
It's not your fault. Exactly. I just knew those scenes was there. But Jesse, that's what I was missing. What made her say that was my end? It's like everybody, like. Any entrepreneur, and no one wants to work for. Some people don't want to work forever. I don't have that feeling, but some people are like, I don't want to work forever. And
but if you see somebody like, yo, he can do it. If he can do it, I could do it. Like, he ain't had like all that kind of what's name. So anyway, go back.
Same background.
Exactly. Let me speed past these parts right here. Uncle Daddy Larry basically shows up at Tanya's school trying to pick her up. And her friends
Uncle
basically.
Daddy Larry is wild.
No, he did an R. Kelly, son. Like, stop showing up to my school.
So basically, he shows up to the school trying to pick her up, and her friends is like, "Oh no, she's with her. She's on a date with her boyfriend Trevor. Don't worry, he'll take care of her." And so he's just like,
and they like, "Ooh, you look mad." He's like,
he looks mad. Exactly. So that night, when Tanya basically sneaks back in the house, she goes and has a nice time with her boyfriend. She sneaks back in the house, and basically Larry and the mother is sitting on the couch in the dark and turns on a light on her. He's like, "Where you been all night?"
Stop. You walk into a room and your mother and your uncle rapist, damn man,
Uncle Daddy, yes,
to chastise you. The mom is wilding.
He like, where you been? And apparently it's been the third time that he's gone to go pick her up and she's been ghosted. Apparently 3 times.
And you gotta love them kids at the school. Them kids at the school is like, she's with like, somebody our age,
exactly. He's mad that they think that he's peep it. It's a button she gonna push later. She's just like, why your friends think that I'm too old for you? Peep that button. Why your friends think I'm too old for you? And so basically he's all delusional. So he a man basically who made an investment and expects to have ownership of her forever.
Wait a minute. He asked her that in front of the mom?
Yes. Why do your friends think I'm too old for you? So basically, with his patience absolutely ran out, he steps up and he says, y'all got 1 more month, and I'm not gonna get another dollar. I'm not putting another dollar in this house. Exactly. And even though Marcia has protested, he basically hits them with the "Siho uno manage without Santa Claus." That is the classic. This show has so many classic lines. I'm just like, it was my coming to America. It was my coming to America. It had
my coming to America
lines, son.
Let me see what y'all gonna do without Santa Claus. No, you can't do that.
It was Coming to America. It was Friday. Those 3 movies were like movies that had so many just quotable lines that you just basically pulled out.
Felicia, to your point, those were actually comedies. They may, I don't even know what they may put this as action. I don't know. Drama, whatever, not genre.
Let me tell you, this movie was everything wrapped into one.
It was.
We're funny in serious moments. Like that will always happen. Santa Claus, that I have witnessed a Santa Claus moment of it was serious as fuck, but they made it into something so funny.
So why can't we take things seriously?
I don't know. Yo, we make joke out of everything.
That's how we get. That's how we survive, bro. We gotta laugh
joke out of everything.
That's how we get thick.
That's why I love this movie so much. The movie is just so funny, even if it was a serious moment.
That was a serious
scary moment.
That was a serious, scary moment. All these scary moments, serious moments.
You get some kind of joke out of it.
Santa Claus. I was just like,
you ain't gonna do all Santa Claus.
Yeah, you a Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Not mad at it. Yeah, you a Santa Claus. I feel it. I say it all the time now.
Ooh, Lord.
Beside herself, as he walks out, Marcia is just like, this is
probably the lowest moment for Marcia. And then I imagine other moms that have to deal with trauma, but it's probably Marcia. You looking back like, girl, you was tripping. All the things that you say in this whole scene, you're dead ass wrong. Period.
Were they wrong for saying the things that they said, or were we wrong for finding it funny? Because basically, she's beside herself, and she's just like, what can this boy give you? And Tanya's just like, there's more to life than money. And Marcia is just like, is that what they teach you in school? I was just like, it's classic. It's classic. So
wait a minute.
What's gonna happen till we know? Stop hunting about that.
Stop hunting about that.
Classics. What? Stop hunting about that.
Someone might not think
it's funny,
in school, but it's funny because
to have morals and think highly of yourself.
What? Are we halfway through the movie?
Your kids can't eat those books, man. Your kids can't eat those books.
That's a good one.
Marcia reveals to her that her parents threw her out at 15, and basically that ended her education. And so Tanya basically summarizes that you don't give a damn about me, and she basically walks out. And so it leaves Marcia really just basically reeling with what's going on. And then one day Marcia gets the bright idea to walk into Ouch,
as a Jamaican woman does. They will make a will out of it.
She basically
and Mama Ouch was in there.
Mama Ouch was in there, and she was like, she's just walking around. She's basically, looking at the different things. It's basically Ouch is basically like a Jamaican Rainbow or Fashion Nova. That's basically what Ouch is.
It's like a Forever 21 mixed with like Charlotte Rouge and Rainbow.
Exactly. It's clothes, but it's not cheap, plain and simple. So she's looking around.
Cheap. That's why
it's not cheap. So, but it's scandalous garments, but it's not.
Think about it.
And so, when one of them asks her, if she could do something, she can help her with anything, she's like, "No, sir." And she walks out, basically. But she has a brilliant Jamaican woman idea. She walks out and she starts sketching her own outfit. And she's just like, yeah, okay, I know what I want now. Boom, 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 boom. She sketches it out. And then she goes, she goes home and she starts cutting up her t-shirts and starts kind of, kind of getting into that mode and trying to see herself, visualizing herself in their world. She has to see herself there first before she can actually just
leaving the vendor world and entering into this dance hall scene.
Exactly. And she puts color into her hair and she's dancing to the music a little bit, kind of real stiff, like your old auntie trying to butterfly, basically. So but
aunties can move. The auntie who can't move.
Real talk. So anyway, she decides basically, she's there and she goes looking for a dressmaker, Miss Gardner. So basically she finds Miss Gardner, and the lady who's very busy making a lot. She has clothes all over the place, and she's sewing something at the current time. And she comes in and she gives Miss Gardner a sketch. And she's like, who's gonna wear this? And she's just like, yeah. She's like, me. I think I look good in it. She said, me don't know about that.
Me don't know about that. A classic Jamaican woman.
Classic.
He said, what? What's wrong with me?
She's like, man, take up a sip, She's like, you ain't gonna disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? And so, how much money you have? It's so touchy.
Yo, don't no money walk out of a Jamaican store.
And I'm not apologizing for what I just said. Why you so touchy? Damn, I'm making for you. You just played the shit out of me.
Absolutely. So she's just like, how much money you got? And she's just like, so she's just like, I got $1,500. Then she said, she's like, nobody do nothing for the monkey money like that.
Monkey money is
monkey money.
Crazy.
Wow.
So
she's like, that's all I got.
She's just like, yo, but what can I do for you? So basically she's like, hey, I can get you things. I could get you, televisions, jewelry,
things fall off the trucks all the time.
Tell me what you got, what you need. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the streets. That's what I'm talking about. So basically, she's just like, so basically she just deals with it. She's just like probably more out of pity a little bit, but Miss Gardner agrees to make the dress for $1,500. But she's like, that's the last time I'm going to do it. I ain't going to do that. This outfit costs about. That's only the first and last time. Like, this costs $8,000 kind of dress. You know what I'm saying? So basically, later, Junior is in a shop at the slot machines, and he gets spotted by Priest. And Priest does craziest move, sits down next to a dude and bites the dude's ear off. Just
what's wrong with this man? Sinister.
Junior leaves.
Bad boy.
Junior dips out. He basically gets caught off by Priest, cuts off by Priest. Priest basically pulls a knife on him, and then anyway, out of nowhere, the cops pull up. The cops come up, and he's just like, yo, this is my best friend, Junior. You know what I'm saying? And Junior's just shook, just like, yo, like, whatever. It's like, yo, tell your friend to talk to the cops. And he's just like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I was like, poor Junior is just like, yo, is just caught up right now, man. So he plays the game.
I do think that it's kind of wild that they really are pressing to find out and like look for Junior. They were looking for Junior. Like they were
spinning the block looking for Junior.
They're asking about Junior, looking for Junior. I'm like, damn, why y'all really trying to solve this case? That's awesome. Doubtful, but they really are trying to solve this case. So I'm like, okay,
exactly. And emboldened by the early events, out of nowhere, Priest is waiting in Marcia's living room when she gets home with her daughters.
Which is
wild.
It's
just like, yo, she's wilding, son, saying that basically now that Junior's gone, he could be
he's the man of the house.
Exactly. You could be a big happy family. Wilding. So anyway, Marcia goes to get him a beer and says that that'll be $40. And basically he's just like, I thought it was 30 out in the streets. She's like, we ain't out in the streets.
We ain't out. Yo, she was so gangster. I didn't realize how gangster she was.
She held it down. Held it down. So she sends her girls to go do homework, and then she turns down his advances. And when he threatens her brother, she says that when she says that he's not gonna say nothing, she's just like a Priest is like, I knew you were the sensible one. So I'm just trying to speed past that part. It's not, those are not big parts, but at the same time, it just shows that basically how crazy that Priest is and how trying to emotionally manipulate this whole entire family is crazy. So meanwhile, also, sorry, before we could go any further, meanwhile, traumatized and suffering from PTSD, Junior is basically roaming the streets like a vagrant. Absolutely caught up. He is absolutely suffering right now.
And in Jamaica, if you just a stressed out guy that's just out in the streets and can't figure out how to get yourself together, you are literally insane. And there's no insane.
They label you a madman.
There's no insane asylum.
They label you a madman.
There is no mental health support in Jamaica in that way, at least back then. I can't speak to now. Maybe they've progressed, but you're right. Yeah, he's just labeled as a homeless man and a madman.
Exactly. One of the same, as they would call him, whatless. Basically, worthless. Watching that over again is always just brings it back to me about how many times I remember hearing people in our family call people in Jamaica that basically, looked a little dirty and, had family, but decided to live by them, do their own thing. And they would call people whatless and basically say that, they turned mad because they did this,
or that, like or they wrote them off.
And I'm just like, you don't know what that person done been through. But anyway, he's hanging around the streets and yada, yada, yada. So basically,
are we in the dance hall yet?
Here we go.
Dance hall scene, no.
So, in true Black family fashion, Marcia realizes that everything was a cry for help from Junior, and she realized that she has to do something, and it finally dawns on her. So, back at the dance hall, Marcia decides to do some field research. She watches as the women dance, studying their moves. And she's in there with a drink, and she's just watching them and seeing how they move. And she's looking at
not just a drink. Anytime you see her drinking anything, what is she drinking?
Red stripe.
She had a red stripe. She had a red stripe. She had a red stripe in her hand, and she's studying the moves and looking at them like a fish out of water a little bit. And she's kind of mimicking the moves a little bit, like an old woman at the club. Trying to imitate the dances and giving basically this
She did this one already though. When she bought didn't she kind of mimic it when she went back home and she was kind of mimicking the dances?
Yeah, it was a couple of training montages that she did, and she meets up with her old friend. She meets up with the old friend of hers. I can't remember his name. Damn, I wrote it down a little bit later in my breakdown. But she meets up with an old friend, and she says that she has some business for him to handle. And she explains her problem, and he said, "No, can't do that. Chatbot. Translation: no, he can't do that. What are you talking about?" Or hood translation: say what? Buddy,
say less.
On my mama.
Say less. I got this.
Say less. So he tells her to give him give him all the information that she has, and I immediately thought to myself, he about to fold like an old chair in Alabama, sir. He is not ready for this.
Not with Priest.
She describes Priest to him and saying, "I'm dependent on you." And he says his famous last words. You can't hold on. Have I ever let you down yet? Damn it.
Yeah.
With his gold teeth.
Talking out one side of his mouth. So
I'll let you know when yet.
Back to another dancehall training montage. She takes out a small loan with her friend Winsome, although she is apprehensive, and she knows Marcia is a woman of her word, so she agrees. Then next night at the dance hall, Marcia hops out of a taxi in her new dancehall outfit. Hold on. Let me hold on. Let me
no girl can test.
Show this scene.
Hold up.
Show this. I don't know if you have video, but girl, look at her. Right, she is bomb. She is it.
Completely committed to the act, son. Completely committed.
Transform.
Dark glasses, gold hoops, gold earrings, gold bangles, gold boots,
like a
purple wig, straight out of Bridgerton, purple wig. she immediately catches the eye of a couple of guys as she wanders in as a newcomer. You know what I'm saying? And it's straight out of Pasta Pasta in there, son. Everybody's dancing. Hold up. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on.
All the dances, all the wicked dances.
Yo, that's what I loved about the movie was the authentic dances that you saw, and it wasn't like the most trendy, because at that time Pasta Pasta was, we were on maybe a whole nother level, but still it was still like our culture, and like how everyone will be in the center and you'll do something new and everyone's watching you and bigging you up. It was just, you got to get the vibe of just how it is in a dance hall, of like dancing was life. Men, women, we encourage y'all. It was just a vibe. I love.
It was just a vibe. Everybody's in there to do their own thing, and you could be as raunchy or as much of a wallflower if you wanted to. If you just wanted to stand around and watch, you could do that. If you wanted to go to the middle of the dance floor,
you should be playing a song at this time. Where is the song? That song right that she's playing is pretty dope too.
Y'all can't hear it?
Nope.
Ah, it's killing me, son. Ah, man, I'm mad. I was playing it. I thought y'all could hear it. My fault.
Oh, yeah,
man.
No.
Ah, man, hold on 1 second. Ah, man.
It was a dope time.
Anyway, I was playing it, but for some reason it wouldn't play. My bad. But all the better. I probably get hit by copyright.
Right.
Because they be on it, son. They be on it real quick. But anyway, so. Basically, these people are dancing. They're getting wrong. They're doing it's a whole scene, and acrobatics and
right. My girls was doing splits.
It took me back to the old days, man. It took me back to Pasta Pasta.
Let's pause for a second. Dance hall was not just no regular type of thing. Like, you got to be in shape. We was doing, and then people laugh around like the women jumping from 3 stories jumping down to do a split, but it really was
when it basically got it. That's when it got out of hand.
Athletic event, like that's
exactly.
It was a good time.
Dancehall women was notorious for taking it to the extreme. Notorious.
Yeah,
not at first. Not at first.
Not at first.
Later they started doing all the acrobatics and stuff like that.
It was just more so not demure, but at the same time, it was more so just like this moving around and coming up with different dance moves, and just basically it didn't become the WWE until the Pasta Pasta time.
What's the name of it? It wasn't really Pasta Pasta. It was like after that, like they started getting
Doggerin.
Yeah.
What's Doggerin? I never heard of Doggerin. It's a party.
I heard of Doggerin.
I mean, I heard of Doggerin, kind of, but I didn't hear it. I didn't know that it was like a
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 100. Doggerin. You know?
No, I know that song, but
okay. Yeah, I heard of the song. I didn't know that was basically the type of. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that basically dance hall used to just be like enjoyment. It wasn't like it didn't become like a blood sport until later.
Doggerin time
was not WWE.
Doggerin time was in 2000. That wasn't during 97.
Yeah, exactly. Back in this time, it was about being cute and dancing and just basically, you know what you're doing, stuff like that, But
what's the next scene after that?
Huh?
The next scene after that.
Okay, give me a second.
No, it's the taxi.
He's there. Give me a second.
Taxi scene.
The taxi scene. Exactly. So she's there and she's looking cute, and the photographer started to take pictures of her, and then basically opposite her is Alavine, and he talks to who's the dancehall queen. He starts taking pictures of her, but then she decides to say, "Hey, I'm done with this," and she walks off and leaves. So he finds her at the bar. He tells, tries to kick it to her a little bit, but she's just like. The photographer. So basically, she's like, "Meet me back here next week. I'll be back here again." So they then we meet my favorite character, the taxi driver.
His name is Ronald Gosham.
Hey, but the thing I like about her is that she just didn't succumb to no men's advances or nothing.
Exactly.
Yes. Right.
Exactly.
He's like, yo, come back to my place. No, I'm gonna go back to my place. Exactly. Come take a shower at my house. No, I'm gonna take a shower at my house.
I've been there.
I just love that about her.
She had a bigger. She's like, listen, I got bigger things to do. The last thing I need is to mix up in the.
I'm here for a reason.
She's not no ordinary. Just she's not no ordinary woman. She been through stuff. She don't need no man.
Not right now. That's not the plan
right now.
Not right now. So she's catching a ride home and in the back of a taxi cab, trying to change her clothes back into her regular clothes so her kids don't see her in the regular clothes. And she got a taxi cab driver driving her in Kingston at night into who knows where. And so he's trying to catch in the middle of basically trying to keep his head on a swivel. He's basically trying to also catch peeps in the side, in the back, in the mirror, basically, while she basically trying to take her clothes off, and he's just like, he hits you with the light come out them dark, classic. As a person growing up in Brooklyn, and also living a good amount of years in Atlanta.
We had heard that live in Jamaica. We've heard that
plenty of times. We take a taxi ride to Kinkaran district.
Same situation. Same situation.
Come over there if I dark. Don't let the place catch you if I dark.
You know how many times I done drove to Bankhead in the middle of the night and I'm looking around exactly like that, bro. In the middle of the night. I don't like going to places after dark, bro. I keep my head on swivel. I take my ring off. Put it in my pocket. I don't look like a bro.
Because everybody said it ain't your hood.
It ain't my hood. Plain and simple. So that's right now. So basically, she finally gets home, and she jumps into bed, and she hears the sound outside. And when she looks out the window, Priest is in the window outside of her room. I'm like, this dude is on some real psychological warfare. What is wrong with this man? What is wrong with him?
I didn't even remember that, but that's a menace. He's a
wild.
He's
a
real terrorist.
Exactly. So next day, with her push cart, she gets visited by her friend. Exactly.
Dude,
no, he's in a tree. He's in a
tree on the ledge.
And then when she looks back, he disappeared. When she looks back, he disappeared.
If he took up her and biting off dude's ears in front of Junior is done. Junior's like, yo, this dude is crazy.
I told you.
The next day with her friend
Priest is wild, son.
Her friend from the club, Chalice. Her friend from the club, Chalice, who she put on that mission, he walks back up to her and she's just like, yo, I put you on the mission. What's going on? And he's just like, yo, he's a wicked blood clot terrorist. We hear he killed about 10 men already. Easy. Move easy.
When
he's a wicked blood clot terrorist. He ain't killed about 10 men already. We have to move easy.
He killed about 10 men.
Wow.
Terrorist,
A real terrorist. He talks about the side. He killed about 10 blood clot men already. Crazy. Crazy.
How is the hitman? Because basically he's a hitman.
Hitman.
wanted him to go take care of you. The hitman called somebody else a terrorist.
That's a bad man.
Yo.
Crazy, bro.
You have to move easy.
So basically, Marcia realizes
setting expectations.
It's not gonna happen. God damn, this dude is killing plenty.
It probably ain't gonna happen for me.
So basically, Marcia realizes she has to handle this herself.
Exactly.
She's gonna realize she has to do this herself. So back at Miss Gardner's shop, Marcia is in the dressing room and trying on a new outfit when Larry shows up out of nowhere to pick up a dress for some other woman. And basically, Miss Gardner calls her to find out, you okay in there? And clad in her new dancehall outfit, the superhero alter ego, she comes out asking how she looks. And thirsty ass Uncle Daddy Larry basically is just like, you look Like, you look damn good. And I'm like, the fool doesn't even realize that that's Marcia the whole entire time. He's just still trying to shoot his shot no matter what. And so he even gives her his card to call him another day. I'm just like, you are so thirsty. It's crazy, son. So he leaves, and they both have a great laugh, basically, at realizing how stupid he was. Moving right along. One day,
but it's crazy though how he never really thought of her as a sexy.
Right.
He never really thought of her as sexy because the way she dressed, the way she carried herself, and he thought it started preying on her daughter.
Right.
But he never really thought of her as thing there until she started dressing like that. He don't even recognize her because she just totally, her persona just totally changed.
So are you saying that certain outfits that women choose to wear invites or demands the attentions of men?
No, I'm saying
some men.
Change.
Some men. Not
her attitude change.
Trust me when I say I grew up a boy. I grew up a tomboy in my entire life, and there's plenty of guys on my block who tried to holler at me while I was basically playing basketball and playing two-hand touch football with them, and playing softball and playing tag and playing all those games. Guys still try to holler at me. It's basically the fact that he specifically didn't see her as desirable.
Because to Jesse's point, he was so busy looking at her daughter.
Exactly. I'm just saying. Basically, there's sometimes guys decide what they're interested in, and there's some guys who basically were attracted more so to my personality than what I basically wore a dress, or they basically also saw that in spite of what I wore, I still had something that they found attractive underneath these big clothes.
Because you were sharp, girl.
It is what it is.
Well, anyway, that was the whole concept of Ouch. The whole concept was to create design and wear outfits that would demand people to look at them.
Pretty much.
That was the whole.
That were so outlandish, so bold. Absolutely, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. I mean, that's just that was pretty much the movement. Movement was basically to be shocking and to dress that way, to basically everybody's eyes have to be on you. That's basically what it was all about.
And she never dressed that way until she saw him in, and he didn't see her that way until he saw her in a wig.
He never even looked at her face before. That basically what it really comes down to.
That's what I thought.
She's wearing a wig.
That's
wild. She's wearing sexy clothing and stuff like that.
You were just in my apartment chastising my daughter about not liking you.
Exactly.
Right.
Sicko.
Crazy. So another
sexy
day.
Bitch.
Sexy bitch. So one day Tanya decides to bring her boyfriend home to meet her parents, and it was a very sweet moment because immediately her mom welcomes and brings him in. You know what I'm saying? But no, I wanted to skip it, but at the same time, I kind of didn't want to skip it because the mother invites him to stay for dinner. And as they're outside, they're cleaning some chicken, and Marcia tells Tanya that she's happy for her, that she has somebody that she actually likes. And I can imagine that she basically, is just like, it's better to be happy than to basically be used for money, you know what I mean? Or whatever like that. So I really was going to skip over that part, but I was like, let me go. I'm going to include that part. So back to a dancehall training montage, basically where Marcia is practicing some moves in front of the mirror, while we also see her adding some new wares to her cart. She's starting to sell clothes now. Need to get that money up. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? She's not only just selling her bag juice and stuff like that. She's selling clothes, and she got guys coming and getting money from getting clothes from her, and women getting clothes from her. She's getting that money up because she needs to go buy dresses. And I'm just like, all right, she's getting successful. She's gaining some momentum.
Her way of thinking is changing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you depend on somebody else, you put yourself in a box because you think that, okay, if Larry gives me $1,000, I need that extra $500 to make ends meet. So you only think of yourself making that $500 instead of thinking, let me go ahead and maybe make $800 or maybe I'll make $900. You put yourself in the box. You know what I'm saying? When you basically depend on somebody else to make up the difference. You know what I mean?
So would you say that she's becoming more enterprising?
Absolutely, she became more enterprising. Definitely. She realized that she couldn't basically get where she wants to be on $1,500.
Depending on men.
$800.
Yeah, depending on herself.
Depending on men, yeah.
She needed 8,000. So she's like, all right, how am I going to make 8,000? I mean, you know what I'm saying? At first, yeah, maybe I could get you a TV and it might smell like cigarettes, but basically I got you a TV. Can you make that dress for me? But at the same time, sooner or later, I'm going to need to pay you straight up $8,000 for that dress because I'm going to need to keep up appearances to basically make this hustle make sense. As is what it is. So,
hey, really quick. Describe the actual hustle that those dancers were doing. How were they getting paid?
What dancers?
I could imagine a couple.
How would she make money to pay for those $8,000 dresses?
Okay, so in America, at least from not my understanding, because I never really lived that life, but video girls back in the day. Video girls who used to be in hip hop albums, hip hop videos and stuff like that, they used to get paid to show up at parties.
Exactly.
That's right.
So basically they would get paid by the promoters. They show up at the parties, they show up in their best dress basically, and they kick them off some money. So basically they could come back and they getting paid, and they basically have to be dressed at a certain level. So that basically is how they would get, how at least in my understanding, that's how one avenue of money would come.
Right, like Alavine probably got paid to go to the party, or if in my perspective it would be she get paid for like winning a competition, obviously, and then maybe appearances on advertisements or maybe then also a dude probably supporting her in some way.
Mm-hmm. So that day, I mean, so whatever way it was, Marcia was just like, I want to find out how it is that she makes enough money to basically have all that stuff and still be able to drive a Benz and look exactly regular on a daily basis. So basically she starts moving a bunch of different inventory. She has her girl. Also, I love the fact that even though, I mean, she would love to be able to depend on Junior, but Tanya and Keisha are helping her out with the cart, with the push cart too. So her daughters are out there being enterprising also and helping her out with the
Indeed.
hustle. I absolutely love it. So next night at the dance hall, Beanie Man is in the house, and some of his friends are directing his attention towards Alavine as Alavine is there dancing. You know what I mean? Who is dressed, basically like a Parliament Funkadelic with a hot pink wig. That's basically this scene that I basically showed. She's basically dancing in a hot pink wig out there, and they're taking a joyride. It's a Monday. So basically, Marcia sees it and starts basically, post up at the bar. She sees it and she comes out. She basically starts dancing. I think this is the part where she also dances.
She challenges her. She challenges her and she steps out. And Beanie Man now sees her as like, oh shoot, no, it's not that. She has like a whole different outfit.
She has a different outfit.
It was a gold outfit. It was another outfit. I had that outfit.
This was honestly maybe like the first moment where Alavine was challenged in a way that Beanie Man had a look, and then Alavine actually walked off. She had no answer.
It's also her confidence level. Her confidence picks up, and
Absolutely.
She's looking at her dancing. She's looking at her dancing.
Like, you ain't doing nothing. So she goes out there and she's just like,
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm doing it too.
She's looking at her dancing and says, she's not doing nothing special. I could do that.
I could do that.
Better. Jesse.
and she goes out there and she starts dancing and say, "Yo, she not doing nothing no worthwhile. Let me go out there nothing. I'm gonna go out there and show her how it's really done."
Exactly. So,
rude girl style.
Exactly. Right up
that
to
should be my
no gal contest.
That's what it used to.
Exactly. So
you gotta realize that like Audrey is probably like an uptown girl, but Marcia is a downtown girl.
Exactly. So she so basically when she's out there, even Beanie Man notices that basically she's out there and she's challenging Audrey, and eventually Audrey has enough and she walks purposely by and bumps into Marcia.
And bumps her.
It's like
Marcia's like
whatever, bro. And so leaving her center stage and Marcia's like, "Hey, I got this. It's okay. You can go take a break." So basically, so out of nowhere, basically, Larry shows up and at Miss Gardner's shop. Oh, hold on, that's a whole other part.
Next scene. Yeah. That's the next scene. That's the next scene. The next
so
day.
basically, he shows up at the park and he basically leaves a gift for Marcia.
But wait a minute, yo, listen.
It's the mystery lady, the sexy bitch.
So the reason why I brought that thing up before was if the girls are getting paid off of appearances and they only getting paid to appear if they're hot, if they're popular, if they look good, whatever. The Marcia coming in to challenge Alavine was messing with Alavine's pockets.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So she is automatically gonna be jealous and have a problem. And chicks used to fight in the club over that all the time.
Absolutely. It's direct competition and it's survival of the fittest. It is what it is. That's his life. That's his life. Plain and simple. So I mean, hey,
you witnessed some fights.
It's capitalism.
What?
Son, I witnessed fights over less. Julian, remember that the doctor concert we went to, and these girls was fighting over a towel that Beanie Man threw off the stage?
Yes.
They were pretty much naked by the end of that.
That was a classic. That was probably my favorite Beanie Man show because we was up close. He had on the Versace suit with the Versace imprint on his shirt and stuff like that. We was down in downtown Manhattan.
What's it called? Oh, what was the name of that the other group that was there with them? Oh man, that
was Tonto Metro and Devontae.
Tonto Metro and Devontae opened up for him. Yes, it was classic. That was
Tonto Metro went in with Beanie Man on Shocking Vibes.
Oh, okay.
He was part owner.
Oh,
or he was one of the first ones. Whatever.
Shocking Vibes.
Okay. Shocking Vibes is like the
Beanie Man's record label.
You gotta say it, Julian. Don't nobody know all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying the reason why. Now I remember during that time because he didn't have his dreads; he was just growing them then.
Yeah.
In this movie,
it was short.
No. It was the show too that we went to go see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was like what? Maybe 99 or 2000?
Something like that.
Wow.
90, I would say definitely in the 90s, not in the 2000s.
Right. So Marcia is out shopping a little bit later, and she's getting some love from the community. They're celebrating her on the success of her business. She's stepping up. When Priest shows up again to ruin her day, and it's just like, dude, you show up like a bad penny all the time, and he's asking about her brother, and he's just like, you gotta
keep the pressure on him, man.
You gotta put the pressure on. It's like, yo. So she plays to his ego. And she tells him that and she
we don't need to do that one. Yeah.
We don't have to, it's like, yeah, she's just like, I'm the one you're looking for. Basically, she's deflects basically. So she shows up at Miss Gardner's shop again and excited about her new design, but the dressmaker surprises her with Larry's gift. She unwraps it and reveals that it's a cell phone. All the while, Miss Gardner is dropping clues to her about basically like, girl, you need to basically hello, listen to what I'm saying. So Miss Gardner's dropping clues, and she's just like, wow, this expensive gift. She's like, yeah, very expensive in more ways than one. And so she's just like, you don't get nothing for nothing, And so Miss Gardner is basically dropping clues like, yo, what's going on? So Marcia says,
no,
he'll be shocked to find out.
Wait a minute. We can't gloss over the fact that the dude gave her a fat Motorola flip phone and she went like he just gave her a $2,000 Birkin.
I mean, back in those days, it was comparable. It was very comparable back in those days. Very comparable.
This Motorola is an expensive.
That's a loaded gift, B. Toxic as hell. That's all I gotta say. Toxic as hell.
You didn't give her just a bag. You gave her a phone so you could keep tabs on her.
And they called her in 5 minutes.
All the time. So Marcia is like basically shocked to find out that he was that. So basically, Marcia is like, won't he be shocked when he finds out who he gave it to? And Miss Gardner's like, won't you be shocked who you find who you got it from? She's just like, listen. He is not no easy man. He is a dangerous character, bro. For real. He's a dangerous character. So the next morning, she leaves her house and she gets a call for her. She gets a call on her new cell phone. And she can't even start. She can't get the call. And some young kid who's playing a Game Boy on a crate outside her house is just like, yo, give me that shit. And she basically get like, here, Jesus Christ. I found that funny. Sorry, guys. So basically, she immediately goes into her alter ego voice, dancehall voice, and basically talks to him. It's like giving him giving her a phone. So basically, she can have he tells her pretty much, I can have access to you all the time. I can call you whenever I want to. But he invites her to meet him at one of his go-go clubs that night. So at Larry's club called the Hummingbird. Shout out to the national bird. She sees him waiting at a table and alone and goes to go join him. He orders a drink and asks her if she wants one, and she, orders something, and she asks him to tell him this story. So as the go-go dancers and strippers and go-go dancers / strippers basically entertain the patrons, Larry gets drunk and starts telling her about all the properties around the island that he owns. And to get more comfortable, he pulls his gun out of his waistband and puts it on the table. And I mean, that's a shock. Whenever anybody does that, I mean, I've had that done before in front of me before, and I'm just like, okay, that was unnecessary. Wow. That was really unnecessary. So she asks if he ever used it before, and he's just like, no, he delegates. So then he goes ahead and tells her that how he's going to remove some squatters. He delegates. He doesn't have to use it himself. He has to remove some squatters. And when a kid who worked for him tipped them off, he said that he didn't in the past. Basically, he didn't kill him himself. He basically had somebody else do it. And he said Sonny won't tip anybody off anymore. So immediately, nervously, she spills a drink and basically, falls over and realizes that he just confessed that he was the one who was the landlord and got Sonny killed. Purposely got Sonny killed.
That's why Sonny had a problem with defending her against Priest, because he knew Priest worked for Larry. He knew that. So when he had to kick him up, because all he knows is Batmanism.
Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly he knew Priest was the guy, because he didn't fight Priest. So go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, I agree with you, Felicia. I don't think Sonny knew Priest.
No, because he would have immediately had spotted Priest and knew that he was a problem when he came in and kicked him and and took the bottle out of his hand. He didn't know that Priest was the guy that Larry sent to basically kill him after tipping off the squatters.
Okay.
So Priest didn't. So Sonny didn't see Priest coming at all.
Because I was wondering, was it so set up? I doubt that Priest came to that day intended to start some stuff.
That was set up. That was a setup.
My mistake. What I meant to say was, in the beginning, the reason why Sonny left as soon as Larry pulled up,
right?
he already had a problem with Larry because he knew he was the person he snitched on.
Right.
Exactly. Or he didn't want Larry to see him and know that he could have been the one who did it. Exactly.
So y'all think that Priest showed up that morning because he knew that he was sent by Larry to kind of.
Yes, I think Priest basically was staking out the whole entire spot. He knew, Larry. Okay, Priest so basically, Sonny, who's his friends? His friend. Oh, he has a friend named Junior. Where Junior stay at? Oh, Junior basically has him and his sister. They run a push cart over by this road right here, and usually Sonny comes and brings Junior up there. You'll find him over there. I feel that was basically the setup. That basically
Larry, because Larry
through Marcia, basically through his friends, they found Sonny.
Wow.
I mean, that's basically now being a little bit older and watching enough dramas and seeing enough, enough TV and stuff like that and enough writing, I realized, that was the setup from the beginning, basically.
So Priest coming into her life, period, was because Larry sent him.
That was a setup. That was a contract.
Exactly. And so she just basically, Marcia and Junior got caught up in that just by happenstance. That they just happened to be witnesses.
Well, a good thing they ain't die. I mean, he got the person he wanted.
Exactly. So
if they would have died, they would have been casualties of the hit.
Damn.
Exactly. So she basically, makes an excuse saying that, I spilled some of the drink on my dress. Now having the revelation that Larry basically set this up because he has a problem with Sonny. She leaves and at the same time when she looks back, she sees Priest go and sit down at the table with Larry. So now it's solidified in her mind that she knows that was all a setup, and they basically set Sonny up to die, and basically they're at the root of her whole entire problem. So, boom.
She realizes that she needs to make a plan. To make a plan to kind of get them out of the equation. She realizes then that she need to do something with these two people.
Mm-hmm. So basically, she leaves there, and then her next decision is to go find her brother and to take her brother to the best place that she could go take her brother out to her parents' house out in the country. I was like, as so many people have done in our generations, go send the kids to your grandmother's house to go learn some sense. Exactly.
To
get some sense. So they go and so basically Marcia, Tasha, Tanya, they all go and take Junior out to the house. They meet their grandparents and they basically, say hi, and they realize that, he has some problems, but hopefully he'll basically be able to settle down himself with a little bit of his mother's cooking, basically. And I also like a little tiny part I'm going to mention of when Tanya was in her grandmother's room and looking at the pictures around her grandmother's window, a mirror, and sees all the pictures, the kid pictures of the family. And this reminded me of my mother and reminded me of my grandmother, who basically had exactly the same thing in their bedrooms, where they have their entire family pictures from kids' pictures all around the mirror.
Hey, so, I got pictures in my window right now with of my kids.
Awesome. Absolutely. Hey, I keep Tan's pictures. Matter of fact, I have pictures of Daddy and Mommy when they were young. I have pictures all over the place. I love my pictures, man. I love my pictures.
When we went to Mama's, but the point in that is that they take him, yes, but but she does a chess move. That's the whole pinnacle of that conversation.
Of that whole conversation. So yes. So while she's out there, she gets a call from Larry. So hold up.
Larry calls outside. He's basically like,
I want to see
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Exactly.
And so, like, hey, meet me after the dance hall.
Meet me exactly. She said, he wants to see her, so he suggests to meet her at African Star at that night.
Hey.
So she says chapter. So
Larry, how crazy is Junior, where he hears the phone ringing and he goes after the
grabs it and starts stomping
the purse. That's just like this dude really lost his mind.
He just went to a childlike state, yo. He basically reverted.
And she's used to it at this point. She just gives him the bag.
He's like, take the bag. Take the bag. Whatever, bro. Let's take the bag.
Go on.
He lost it.
Go on with the bag.
No, he's just like, yeah, me no say lose, but why you have it broke up me chair too? The father's like, why you have it broke up me watching me rock
like, why you gotta mess up my shit?
You know what I'm saying? So anyway. So Larry enters African Star Dance Hall with Beanie Man on the stage at the time, telling the crowd how, you know, gala tear off my garment and I cry if you come in my apartment.
And African Star was a realistic, like very popular dance hall club back then in Jamaica.
Oh, so it was a real club.
Man. I would have loved to have gone.
It was a real club.
If I didn't think I was going to get shot, I would have loved to have gone, bro.
Right.
So she's wearing basically some
might have been the equivalent to the tunnel.
Probably. Or a couple of places that I could probably point out, but probably yes. She's wearing some vivid blue, and she's in the front center. She's in front and center of the stage with Alavine basically nearby. And Alavine catches his eyes, and he basically brings Alavine on the stage. But then he brings Marcia on the stage. And while Alavine is basically trying to get his attention and try to dance up on him, he's trying to dance up on Marcia. And Marcia decides to basically sooner or later leave the stage, and Beanie's pulling her back on. And so it really feels like basically the tides are kind of turning for Alavine. Alavine's just like, yo, what's going on? So next thing you know, Marcia's in the bathroom and Alavine runs up on her. Here. You know what I'm saying? So Alavine
ran up on her.
Ran up on her. Like, yo, yeah, like basically getting up in her face, like pushing her, and then Marcia pushes her back, and she goes, like,
help me,
you don't help me.
Wait a minute. The thing is, ladies, maybe y'all can help me. Why do she feel she needs to run up on this girl in the back? Why does she feel justified to do that?
Because she felt threatened.
Let the ladies answer.
Because she was put on a pedestal, so she feels already she's like the queen, and so like she's going to go touch this woman. And what you will not, for a person like Marcia, I don't care if you're the queen or not. She already talking to priests all crazy.
Exactly.
Talk to you crazy too.
See, that's the problem. See, the problem is
talk to priest who's a murderer.
Alavine,
kill you, girl.
Alavine really doesn't know who Marcia is. She just thinks that she basically is just another one of these dance hall queen wannabes.
Yes.
So Marcia being like the Cersei of her kingdom at this time, thinks that you wouldn't dare to talk to the queen. You basically got to sit there and take my tongue lashing and then apologize for what you did. And Marcia's just like, yo, you don't know me, no gal. We will kill you.
Yo, she don't realize, like, Alavine is an uptown girl. To me, Alavine is like an uptown girl.
Absolutely.
Marcia's from Brooklyn.
Marcia's a real, she's from
Browning.
New York, from the Bronx.
Marcia's from the Bronx.
She keeps razor blades in her mouth, son. You don't understand. Kill you.
She used these fingers.
She looked at her like she was a dog standing on her back legs. Like, yo, what's like, you crazy? We would kill you.
Especially when she mushed her. She
mushed her.
She was like, yo.
She mushed her with 3 fingers in the forehead. Like she mushed her.
She
looked at her like she was crazy. Yo, like, what the fuck?
You can come with all of that foolishness. Don't touch me.
Yo, I'm dead, you on dead.
That was the breaking point, son. You took these 3 fingers and you mushed me in my forehead, son. And it's like, yo, like, who you think you are? Are you crazy? It was crazy, yo.
Are you
She lucky she made it out. That's all I gotta say. She lucky she made it out.
That's all I gotta say, son. She lucky she made it out there alive, son. Because she could have lost her life right then and there.
And then she basically sized her up on the way out and walked out, son. Plain and simple. Intimidation failed. Marcia 2, Alavine 0. Period. Period. Plain simple. So on stage, Lady Saw, unsaved, is basically
right
on
after
stage doing it all.
Right after that.
Absolutely. With some serious allegations. They say a man is trying to drop in her bed, son. Plain and simple.
This is a serious allegation.
Yo, so she's a legend. Absolutely legend. Lady Saw, period.
Legendary.
So easily Dancehall's Little Kim. Easy. Actually, Little
And now she's a straight Christian and does gospel.
Absolutely. More power to her. No problem with that. You basically sometimes got to repent for the kind of things you did back in the day, but at the same time, you blessed us, girl. You blessed us. Yes. So she's walking past the photographer friend on the way out.
Be the Dancehall Megan Thee Stallion?
No, she's Kim. She's Kim.
She's Kim. She's Kim.
She's an original.
She's an original. I mean, there was others before her, but Kim basically took it to the next level. That was just like, you know what? I'm gonna talk my shit just like how these guys talk they ish, and this is so that's why I say she's Kim. Plain simple.
I like the Kim reference.
Yeah. So Felicia, even just to wrap up the what happened in the backstage was basically that they came up to agreements that the only way for y'all to stop this disagreement is to have a competition. Like
no,
exactly.
Beanie Man came up with that.
Yeah,
that was
so basically,
Beanie Man who said that.
I love that.
So Marcia walks out. The photographer basically comes there. She has to. Olivine has some stands on the side talking about how dare you do that to Olivine? You ain't nobody. And so basically, say Marcia's just like, I'm just here to dance. And so out of nowhere, Larry comes out with the what's the name in the hip, talking about what y'all talking about. So, you know what I'm saying?
Bad boy Larry.
Bad boy Larry.
He said, you just mad that she have some competition.
Yo, how about Beanie Man's hairdo, son? This hairdo is off the chain, son.
With the top knot. It's crazy, bro. So anyway, so basically, Olivine comes out.
Go ahead.
He says basically, hey, the only way to get down to the end of this is basically for y'all to have a competition. Winner takes all. That person's the dancehall queen. Then they end it all. And so they both agree, and they basically decide to walk off and do their own thing. So boom.
Wait, but how about when she asks Olivine, who's your manager? And then she asks,
she said,
who's your manager? Said, yo, I manage myself.
I manage myself.
The guy was just like, she's like, I will manage myself.
Exactly.
Yo, wait a minute. How about Beanie Man stopping the girls from fighting? Like, yo, settle down. Yo, come here now.
Out of nowhere. Yo. What's this about?
What's going on?
What's this about?
I am the girl named Sugar. Talk to me.
Exactly.
That's literally his tone. That was it. That was
He's
it.
just like, what's this about? Talk to me.
But yo, Marcia's a real gangster. Cause she was like even the guy was saying something, say, yo, boy, me kill you, no boy.
She
don't matter who it is.
And anybody could get it. She is riding by the seat of her pants right now, bro. She's riding by the seat of her pants.
Anybody can get it, sir.
Anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it.
It's live or die right now, bro.
That reminds me of one
you're
of our
right. She said it to him too, because he called her y'all, and she's like, "Who y'all talking about?
Who y'all? Son,
I'm
anybody can get
as old as your mom. You better put some respect to my name."
So Beanie Man comes up with the contest. It's going to be 1 week from today, and the stakes are going to be 100,000 Jamaican money, 100,000 Jamaican dollars. That's a stack, son. It's a stack, plain simple. So Larry decided
a lot of money now,
at 97. That's at least. That's still, you know what? In 97, because
that's probably at least $10,000 American.
No.
At least.
Well, 100,000 right now.
15.
Half of that will be 50, and it had to been. Yeah, that might have been about 50, 40 grand still.
Maybe 30, 40 grand. Yeah, it was a good little stack. It was a good little stack. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And Beanie basically put it up. He said, hey, I mean, I don't know if Beanie put it up or it was gonna come through basically the door and the bar or whatever way it needed to come through. It needed to come through. So they handled their business. So Larry's giving her a ride home, hyping her up, saying, you know, if it was me, I would have made the prize money $200,000. And so she's quiet through, you know, letting Larry talk. And Larry's just like, well, what's wrong? So she's just like, she tells him about a problem that she's having. There's a guy who's been hassling me and won't take no for an answer. And then she basically tells him
nothing but trouble.
That priest is nothing but trouble. And I told him that I had a man already, but he told me that I told him that he was Larry, and he laughed and told me that Larry was too old. With this plan.
It's so sad that men are so vulnerable.
Oh, and that Larry's too old for me.
Because she hitting him with all the bite marks,
all the triggers.
What?
All the triggers.
You said my name?
Old.
He said me. He said Larry. He said Larry.
And he ain't had a problem with that. Oh no, hell no. Not my name.
Not my name. So she told him everything. So basically, so she said that Larry runs things and said not he said I told him that Larry runs things, and he said not for too long. I was just like, yo, chef's kiss. Chef's
he planted
kiss.
All the seeds.
Absolutely. So I mean, absolutely. So once again,
about that.
Right. So once again, she sneaks in the house basically, but this time she's caught by Tanya, who sees her in her whole entire dance hall costume. And Tanya can't believe what she's seeing, and she's just like, she tells her mother that it's not her. But Marcia says that she's right, but she has a plan. It's right, you're right, but she has a plan. Basically, and that she was her inspiration of the whole entire thing. That, you know, what was going on with her basically made her think of this inspiration. And she has challenged she's challenged Olivine to a dance hall competition, and there's money on it, basically. So eventually, Tanya admits that, you know what, you don't look too bad, plain and simple. So, you know, Tanya gets on those things, because it's just like, okay, she's just like, listen, I know this don't look like me, but I have a plan. And so she's just like, you know what, I trust you, and you don't look too bad at all, plain and simple. She doesn't look bad at all. So later on that day, in front of Marcia's push cart, another old timer, the same old timer, he's there talking about how he used to be wicked with his shuffling. And I'm just like, this is like an old timer that would tell you how bad they were back in the day, man. That's right. Now you gotta love when an old dude wants to be like, man, back in the day you couldn't stop me, man. So again, Priest shows up, and I'm just like, this is getting old, bro. This is really getting old.
Because he shows up twice. Like, I would even fast forward to the fact that she talks to him when they're at the soup place, and she does her last and final checkmate to get him to the dance hall. Yes,
exactly. So she tells him that she heard through the ghetto grapevine. Oh my God, the ghetto grapevine. I love the ghetto grapevine. That people are saying the big man that somebody's talking about you, that a big man contracted you to kill Sonny. That couldn't be true. And so I'm just like, yo. So she's just basically playing it all dangerous. Then she calls Larry to hit him up about some funds for a new dress. She hits him up to pay for the new dress for the dance hall contest. I'm just like,
yo, Marcia is cooking that whole
She's cooking. Plain and simple. So, you know, my man's just like, yo, throw it in the bag. My man's like, I got you, man. Whatever you need. What you need? Just go ahead and throw it in the bag, baby. I got you. So, so the stage is set, and they are printing posters for the event, and everybody's talking about it on Irie Radio. I was just like, oh, they're talking about it on Irie Radio. I love Irie Radio when we go to Jamaica, man. I can't wait to listen to Irie Radio. So people are even placing bets on it about who's gonna win, Olivine or Marcia. And then one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie. So basically, Priest sits down for a bowl of soup at a local eatery. And he's there looking in the bowl of the dude that's next to him, and he complains. He's like, "Wow, Rasta, how you come here always get more dumpling than I?" And the dude is like, "Priest, every time you come with them fuckery, man, what to you?" But son, I know how Priest feels, because I need to see dumplings in my soup, son. Don't be cheating me on my dumpling, man. I'm plain simple. I understand how he feels, plain simple. But then Marcia comes by to find him. And after asking if he's handled his business, if she handled her business, she just suggests for him to meet her after the show. The night of the competition in their home, Tanya basically, she told Larry to meet her after the show, and then she tells Priest to meet her after the show. And
setting everything up.
Setting everything up. So the night of the competition, they're in their home, and Tanya asks her mother if she's ready, and and how do you feel about being a mystery lady? And Marcia is just like, she don't think that she could go out there if she knew that everybody knew she was. She's nervous, and so she's like her daughter is being supportive. Is like, you'll be fine, and she decides to go with her to the show and leaves Trevor with Tasha, which I find I felt a little shaky about anyway. But I'm a movie. So anyway, outside the African Star, it appears everybody has shown up. Even the local news has shown up for this whole entire thing, bro. Junior's basically manning the push cart out there. Obviously, he's come back to his senses, and he's manning the push cart out front when Marcia and Tanya arrive out of their taxi, and they go up to Junior and say everything checks it with him and make sure he knows the plan and everything's right. So cool, he does, cool. Then they go back to the back exit, they do the knock, and Miss Gardner lets them into the back. Now at this time, they're dressed up in their regular garb. They're not dressed up as anybody special. They want to come in secret. So she knocks on the door, Miss Gardner lets them in, and they go into the dressing room to get dressed. Boom. So after they do that, though, inside, the taxi driver is counting money a little bit later, and you see him with Alavine, and obviously she tells him good work. And I'm just like, oh, he just basically ratted her out. That's
ratted her out. Yep.
Yeah. Trash. So in the dressing room with Miss Gardner and Marcia is nervous when they hear a knock at the door, and in walks Alavine. And they basically leave her and Alavine to talk it over. And so Alavine basically tells her that if she asks her if she feels nervous, and she said, you should be, because I found out that you're a push cart, that you're a street vendor, and I just made sure that everybody out there knows that you're a street vendor.
Yeah, a vendor.
How could I be nervous? But my so-called competition is just an ordinary street vendor.
You got a picture of that?
Such disdain. I was like, yo, crazy, son. So Marcia gets shook by this because she basically really wanted to do this all in, just
mystery lady
as a mystery lady. So Alavine, basically she leaves, and Marcia is just basically left alone with this revelation. And so she takes off her wigs and basically starts wiping off her makeup, just digging in her heels, deciding that she's not going to go through with it. As Alavine decides to basically walk onto the stage. And so she basically gets on the stage and goes into her straight up Megan Thee Stallion good knees competition. I mean, it was ratchet. She killed it. She basically did what she needed to do. And while everybody's out there talking about, oh, you heard that she was a street vendor. And so Marcia is basically still back, still in the news. So Marcia is basically still inside the dressing room, and Tanya enters the dressing room to find her mother sulking in front of a mirror. Marcia tells her that she wants to call off the whole entire thing because she can't go out there now that everybody knows. And her daughter tells her like she's gonna let that girl run her off. After all the money and sacrifice,
it was just like, why are y'all so sad? Everybody loves you, like literally.
Exactly,
girl. If you don't get onto the stage, we got.
Her daughter's just like, after all the money and sacrifice you put into this, you don't let this chick run you off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But then, when Miss Gardner basically comes in, Miss Gardner is just like, everybody out there knows, but they love you anyway. So basically, she gets back her what's the name and ready to go back out. So anyway, so Larry's out back waiting faithfully. Tanya basically gives her the rest, gives her the reel, and gets her back ready. to go back up. So just when she digs, okay. So Priest basically runs into Junior at the push cart and asks her where's Marcia, and he tells her, oh, she's waiting around the back. So when Olivine is done with her set, out comes Beanie Man in his best cobalt blue Steve Harvey suit. I mean, it was the brightest, biggest suit you've ever seen in your life. Good. It's like bringing up the next contestant, the mystery lady. And now, so now Marcia comes on, and I wish I could play the song. Basically, it's a song actually by
Gangsta.
Exactly. Oh man, what's that name? Man, I had the name of the song too. I can't remember it exactly. So she comes out looking like an Egyptian Greek goddess in her all gold, and basically, rainbow. You know, it was
rainbow wig.
It was rainbow wig, rainbow and gold wig, but her outfit was gold. It was beautiful. It was great. So basically, she goes out there, she dances her ass off. Everybody basically loving her, even her daughter's out there in a wig. Jesse was playing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So goes out there. She kills it. She's filled with confidence. Out back, Priest finds Larry waiting at the exit and immediately pulls out his knife. Larry steps up, pulls out his gun, and Larry basically shoots him in the shoulder while Priest jumps at him. On stage, Marcia is giving her Egyptian queen vibes. Larry and Priest are in the back, struggling on the ground, never afraid to go back to the well. Priest decides to bite Larry Mike Tyson style. It takes a piece out of Larry's ear. Basically they go back and forth for a while until Larry finishes him off, turning his own knife on him.
That was a good fight. Let me tell you something. That was a good fight scene. That was a good fight scene. That was like really filmed really good.
Right.
Because like the fight scene starts out, he has a knife and he has a gun. And,
exactly.
You know, he shoots at him.
He brings it up.
He
dodges at him. So it hits him in the shoulder, but he basically his momentum carries him into him. They're fighting over it. He's trying to reach for the gun. Larry's trying to basically fight him. So after a while, it was a very good fight scene.
And
so,
also too the fact that Priest is a gutter person, so I'm bringing a knife, and then and Larry is who he is. He brings a gun, of course, because he can't probably even fight,
but he can fight because obviously he basically
not just a knife, a ratchet. I think Jimmy had a ratchet at one time. You had a ratchet. You still got your ratchet?
I used to. It's gone.
What happened to it?
I don't know.
What's a ratchet?
I don't know.
It was an old time. It was an old-time brown ratchet knife.
It's a knife. It's a folding knife that basically, when you actually pull it out, you can hear it ratcheting out because the gears basically come out to hold it stiff. So they call it a ratchet. Yeah. So the contest outside is over, but the contest inside is just about to be over. And basically, he brings both of them back on the stage, but there can only be one winner, and the winner is the mystery lady, Marcia. In disbelief and dejected, Olivine walks off like chug. And so basically Marcia basks in the glory and glitter of all of her victory, getting her huge trophy, and she's there while her friends and everybody basically
and a stack of cash
loving her. And so so later on in the back, so basically she walks off, and then Beanie Man decides to dedicate this song to the dancehall queen, to all ghetto people with big dreams. I was just like,
but did you see how when Larry got the best of Priest when he came at him with the knife, with the ratchet? Priest lunges after him. He disarms him. He don't got the gun no more. So Priest lunges after him. He said, "Yo, you're dead meat," and he lunges after him. But Larry gets the better of him and returns the knife and stabs him with his own knife.
Exactly.
and kills Priest.
Kills Priest, and
with
Priest is just left,
knife.
With his own knife, and just leaves him in the back, and goes and starts washing his hands off, washing his hands off, and what's the name? Ghetto Story.
This is my story.
So they out there. Beanie Man is performing Dancehall Queen with Chevelle Franklin on the dancehall, on the stage with dancers. I swear, a couple of those dancers kind of look like cousins of ours. And then she basically so they're dancing while Marcia is celebrating with her friends back in the dressing room, counting her coins. And I swear they're all hundreds, and they look like they a stack like homeboys be right now with a stack at their ear right now. It was a stack. It was a nice thick stack basically. So her photographer is there, and she finally tells the photographer friend, "Hey, my place." So the photographer friend is just like, "Yes," and then out of nowhere, interrupt the celebration. Larry comes in, stumbling in, asking, "Can they leave now?" And he's shocked when Marcia reveals herself by taking off her wig. And so he basically is like, "What? I can't believe it!" Like it was Clark Kent. Like seriously. So basically, because I have glasses, now I'm Superman, and now like, what's wrong with you, bro? What is wrong with you? So anyway, basically he runs off, and then in comes Olivine, who basically, she basically makes peace. It's like, you know what? You're the real dancehall queen. It's all right. You can have it today, and you can have
tomorrow
it
for me. Today for you, tomorrow for me.
Exactly. And so she basically gives her the trophy, and then goes and grabs her money. And then Olivine had the nerve to kind of put her hand out like she was gonna give her money.
Are you crazy?
You played yourself, Olivine.
You did. Putting your hand out for that is wild.
So now, out of costume, exiting the dance hall to applause and all the jubilation from the crowd in her regular clothes, Marcia, Tanya, and Junior push their push cart all the way home in victory. And that's the movie.
Classic.
How does this not play, man? Gosh darn it. I'm so mad that this didn't play. So mad.
Listen,
classic movie.
We need them to play on
movie,
TV.
Bro.
Like I need it to be on demand.
Absolutely.
And then the song plays again at the end.
Yeah.
Dancehall Queen. The song plays, they sing the song, and then at the end, the song plays and the closing credits.
And she's moving out of sight. That's like dynamite. It was a great movie, man. Applause.
Absolutely.
I hear it.
Thank you. Classic, son. I mean, this movie took me back to my childhood. This movie took me back to my 20s because I kept on watching it. The more I watch it, the more I catch new stuff that I'm just like, oh, this movie was, I'm not saying ahead of its time, but it definitely was, I don't want to say a sophisticated movie, but it's sophisticated enough to basically, it stands the test of time.
It was relevant. It was relevant for when... It was relevant for when we was growing up at that time. It just hit really hard. It just brought to light what was going on at that time.
Exactly. But it is, the more I watch it as I get older, I realize the plights of different people. Because when I first saw it, I was obviously probably not even 20 yet, And then I watched it more when I was in my 20s. And then I watched it in my 30s. And now I'm watching it in my late 40s. And I'm just like, more and more is standing out to me. And now I understand so much more as I grow older, and I appreciate it more. I'm just like, it's people underestimate or discount Jamaican cinema.
Right.
Because they feel like it's inferior writing wise. But that is, I put that whole entire plot and subtext and all the scheming that happened in it and how it all came out. I put that up against so many different shows, so many shows that's out right now.
And it ain't as funny and it ain't as well acted.
Right.
Maybe it's not, clearly the budget isn't there, but it would definitely stand the test of time to American movies, not just Jamaican movies.
I'm sure they did Dancehall Queen for probably less than $4 million American dollars.
Probably.
Less than that.
Easy.
4 million American.
I'm about to say that.
I thought you meant 4 million Jamaican.
No, 4 million American. I mean, it takes.
I would say max 1 million American.
Max.
I don't know about that. I mean, well, it depends. It depends. Max. Well, this was an independent film, so no, independent film, $1 million max American money. Because
Dame Dash said he was doing movies for 1 million now, so I know they ain't spend the same.
It depends, bro. It depends. It depends because I mean, it depends. It's independent, so they didn't have to pay. They didn't have to pay labor, the workers that are labor that are union, because you got to pay them a certain amount of money if they're union. If you have your own cameras and your own lighting, then you can cut a lot of that money out. So basically, it depends on how on the circumstance. You can cut a lot of money out of it and basically get it done. So, but nowadays, most of the money goes into editing. Editing and what's the name and special effects basically. Yeah. So with all this stuff that they did, they probably made that money. I really want to know how much money they made. You know what? Can I find?
We don't have time for that. We have to wrap up.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. Anyway, wrap this up. Great movie. Any last words, guys?
The Crush Groove, the hip hop, as Dancehall Queen was the reggae.
I think just extremely proud for my country and all the different things you were able to see. If you were able to look beyond just the plot and be able to see a little bit more around, the average person in Jamaica, I think Marcia did a really good job in kind of encapsulating that and women in that age and having to just make ends meet and with the situation that they got with Girl Pitney.
Girl Pitney is not easy back in those days.
Yo, raising girls is just, I mean,
difficult.
This was just a great movie. It was a great movie. The plot, the cinematography at the time, for the budget that they had, the cinematography was good. The actors was good. The storyline was good. The music was good. The soundtrack was good. Man, it was just a great movie. It was just a great movie.
Agreed.
Definitely my number one Caribbean movie of all time. My bad, guys. I was trying to hold on. I was trying to find a calculator. I found out exactly how much their budget was. Their budget was $35 million Jamaican.
Oh, wow.
So I was trying to find a calculator to figure out how much that is.
So $1 million is just, we know that $1 million
35 million then or 35 million now?
35 million Jamaican back in 1995.
Like
97.
So $1 US back in 1995 was how much in Jamaican money?
One US was
$1.
$12.52.
That was not even $500,000 right now.
Yeah, it was not an expensive movie. It was not an expensive movie.
It didn't need to be.
It was great. It was great. All right, guys.
So anyway, thank y'all so much for coming through with me, man. Great movie. Definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. I look forward to doing a lot of other movie reviews with you guys. Hopefully it won't be 3 hours long. It's just the fact that we love this movie so much, and it basically has so many different layers to it that we just felt that we had to basically expound upon it. So, but I thank you guys for coming through. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends if they have time. Please come back and watch it when you have time. Watch it in parts. I'm going to also try to break down some parts of this and post them as separate parts, maybe. Just to basically give you guys a little easier bites to watch, basically. But thank you so much to my sister Nita, Jesse, Julian, my brothers. Thank you so much. You guys made this Jamaican life worth being around with my family. So many times, basically, in my life, being Jamaican kids growing up together, it made it special. And this basically is just another part of this reliving these moments with you makes it special. So thank you so much for being here with us.
Real quick before we leave, what's your favorite quote?
Me no like come on them your place off a dog.
It has to be. Let me see what y'all gonna do without Santa.
Walk and live, talk and bumble clot dead.
Hey, rude boy don't fear.
I remember all.
I love how all four of us had something different. I love how all four of us had something different.
Bust up your blood clot. Everything.
Oh, the granny birthday. Classic.
Police brutality at its finest.
Its finest. Love y'all. Take care of each other.
Bye.
Take care of one another. Take care of yourselves. Watch out for each other. Keep your head on the swivel. And may you always find water and shade because it's hot out there, guys. It's hot out there. Love you.
It.
Peace out.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.